They brought us to this country as a labor force. We built a foundation and they hate us for it. They hate us for it. We built a foundation and they ain't pay us for it. They ain't pay us for it, but they gon' pay for it. Already prayed for it. Non-believers didn't pray for us. Non-believers didn't pray for us. We're black and we built a foundation. Stone by stone, generation to generation. Vultures said we had no culture. Them vultures got a Jay-Z poster. Them vultures got a lazy culture. Vultures eat what they didn't kill. Vultures sleep what they didn't build. They brought us to this country as a labor force. We built a foundation and they hate us for it. We built a foundation and they ain't pay us for it. They ain't pay for it, but they gon' pay for it. Already paid for it. Nobody prayed for it. Nobody didn't pray for us. Nobody didn't pray for us. We're black and we built a foundation. Stone by stone, generation to generation. Vultures said we had no culture. And vultures got a Jay-Z poster. Them vultures got a lazy poster.
I'm Jamaican.
You ain't black.
Then what am I?
Jamaican.
I'm black.
You Jamaican.
No.
You Jamaican. No.
It's a difference, huh?
It's a difference.
Okay, describe the difference.
If I go to your...
What color is my skin?
What
color is my skin?
Yellow.
Are you dumb?
Okay, and it derived from?
Are you
even white derived from black. Even white derived from black. All colors in the color spectrum come from the black. But y'all have been classified as Jamaicans.
When I fill out a paperwork here in the States, it doesn't say Jamaican anywhere.
Stop the cap.
How can you describe me as being black? You have a name. You're Jamaican.
You're American.
Well, I'm black American.
Okay, I'm black Jamaican.
It don't say that. You're making something up now. It don't say that. Our paperwork, we have to check something. When you go back home, you don't check nothing. You're automatic Jamaican.
Right.
I'm not automatic American. I'm automatic black. You see what I'm saying? So when we say black, we talking us. Mm-hmm. Y'all ain't us. Mm. Don't y'all got Jamaican food?
Yes.
Don't y'all have a Jamaican culture?
Yes.
We don't.
You have an American culture.
What's
in Texas? In Texas, you have soul food.
What's
barbecue?
So we those seeds. We are not African seeds. We are not. We don't have no African bloodline other than what the white boy have.
You classify yourself as a color or two continents. I don't like the...
What the hell is Nick Cannon talking about?
The middle capital.
Hold on.
What's good?
What's good, family? Yeah, I be hating these woke dudes, man. Like 19Z's, Nick Cannon. It's like, dude, what are you talking? Black is a color. Like, what are you talking about, man? Black is a color. And two continents. America is not a continent, fool. It's a country. What is Nick Cannon talking about?
Bruh. Shut up!
Are you dumb? Are you dumb?
You classify yourself as a color or two continents. I don't like to classify at all, but if we had to classify...
I don't like to classify at all. What is this dude talking about classifying, bro? It's about identifying yourself, my guy. I don't like to classify. Yo, these dudes, bro. You got to see his mannerisms. I got to show you his mannerisms. Right, he's saying two continents, America. All right, no, I got to say it again.
Are you dumb? Are you dumb?
Yeah, this dude said America was a continent. Now, the Nick, they always call it type of class. My expert opinion. Like, dude, you're not an expert. The Nick Cannon class. All right, teach us.
You classify yourself
Look at the
as a color or two continents. I don't like to classify at all, but if we had to classify.
Yeah, my man said a color and two continents. Nick, you are so aged out, bro. You are so irrelevant right now, my guy. My guy said he thought African American represented two continents. Dude, you don't know what Jesse Jackson said, man? Africa was a continent and American was the nationality, my guy. It was your Americanness in this United States of America. Nick, come on, dude. Put the mic down. Yeah, go back doing wilding out. Cause you wilding out, my guy.
Classify, we do have this term of Black history or African American history. What do we call it?
All of those names are not our names.
Right.
We were never one people.
Now listen to this guy right here. These Pan-Africans. Look.
Now, we were on 20% of the world's land mass. We are the mothers and fathers of.
Hey, bro, who is this we you're talking about, my guy? This we. That we ain't our us. The we he talking about ain't the FBA us.
Every human will ever walk on this ball, but we weren't one group. Africa's not a country. It's not one family. It's a continent.
It's a continent.
Right.
Bro, so the we is African? Like, dude, you don't get up out of here, man, with this we weren't one group. We African.
So when those boats show up and fling us across the world, everything that came after that's a label.
Right.
Okay, look, everything. Yeah, these guys are weird. The boats show up again, and they fling us across the nation, the world. Nobody sold us. Nobody kidnapped us. Nobody enslaved us. The boats just showed up, and poof, here we are in the Americas.
Negro. Okay, that's just a word that means black. What is that? It's a label.
Hey, family, you hear these idiots? Negro just a word that just means black. So it didn't mean inferiority or inferior to white tea. It didn't mean inhumane, closer to a monkey. It didn't mean worthy of enslavement. It's just a label. Like, so they just called you something that carried no weight, no hate weight. Like, dude, but this is your Pan-Africans.
It mean black. Okay, that's just a word that mean black. What is that? It's a everything that came after that's a label.
Right.
Negro. Okay, that's just a word that mean black.
No, it didn't mean black. It meant you're dark, and because you're dark, you're worthy of enslavement, and you're inferior to the white tea man, and you're closer to an animal. That's what it meant. It didn't just mean a translation of black.
What is that? It's a label.
It's a Latin term of black.
Exactly. So you see what it does.
A Latin term of black. Now you see how they tie black into it to make black mean the same thing? Dude, stop. Both these idiots. And this is why he was finessed for $2 million. Be having these Pan-Africans around him. They're just dumb.
The whole villain of the piece, the thing that never gets interrogated, is the thing that created these labels. Whiteness.
Oh, okay. So everything is back to the white team. Africans are clear, they got a clean slate.
The power of whiteness is in its invisibility.
Yeah, but dude, the power of whiteness is extended to these tethers. You know, the black and brown coalition, that finesse. All right, so that's your boy Nick Cannon getting deep in his Cannon class. What he calls it. These folks be out of the loop their entire career, and they just show up, just Why? Where is it saving my? I'm kind of confused. Where is it saving my pictures? Yeah, these guys be out of loop for their whole life. Career comes to a stall, then they appear in our spaces and they become the teachers. It's Nick Cannon class. Like, dude, sit down, my guy. Oh, damn Nick Cannon class. It's FBA class, man. We're gonna teach you how not to get finessed by a bunch of tethers. But that was his problem. You see how he's just so gullible around Pan Africans. My man said 2 continents and a color. Yeah, why? I didn't try to save this thing 1,000 times and I can't find it. Okay, all right. Let me try one more time. It's really nicking me off. Okay, one more time. I'm saving this new thumbnail and it's just disappearing into limbo land. Okay. So there, I was going to gallery, man. Why is it going to the gallery, man? All right, so I got it. Got it.
What I want to say to you is this, right? If you look at the entire world, the people that hate each other is the people that look like each other. Like you look at North Korea, South Korea, India, Pakistan, everywhere in the world, people hate each other. Reason? Because the British created maps and divided people. Every country you go to, look at all the countries in the
Now,
world.
this guy's supposed to be from Somalia. And so he blames, again, everything is on a whitey man. These guys are just mindless zombies. The whitey man says divide and conquer, and they divide and conquer. They can't stop dividing and conquering until the whitey man say stop dividing and conquering. It's just pathetic, man. No fighting them at all.
That hate each other. They're the same people. China, Taiwan, South Korea, North Korea, Russia, Ukraine, Poland, Germany, everywhere you look at it, people that hate each other is a people that same skin color, same culture, same thing. And this is a disease for the whole entire world. It's not only African or even when you go individual.
When they do this rant, we got to stop them and say, hey, man, we're still delineating. So once you get done, we ain't going to be like, oh, yeah, you know what? We're going to stop delineating. We're just going to be the generic African, the generic black person of the black race. When he gets done, bro, we're still delineating.
Individual countries, they divided in the middle. Country is the world used to be tribe. Every people lived as a tribe. Then what happened? The British came and divided everybody, brother, sister, against each other, the whole entire world. Until today, we're all suffering. Everywhere.
Where are you from? Where you from?
I'm from Somalia, brother.
Okay, so the other Somalian, he just dropped out. So but yeah, I mean, you have some validity there. Everybody, please keep tapping that screen. I appreciate you. Keep tapping the screen and share, goddammit, share.
Look at what my country did to the British entity. They've divided us in the middle. Till today, we're fighting.
Yeah, you're still fighting each other today.
Yeah, because this is a psychological war. They set up in a way where they knew the rest of our lives we're going to be trapped.
Right. So are you in Somalia now?
No, I'm in America.
Okay, so why, you see what you're saying, but why when people like you come over here, y'all look at us like we ain't shit, we akatas, we cotton pickers, be lazy, we don't work, this, that, and the third, and y'all come over here doing all of the scams.
I tell you,
majority of the scamming.
That's a good answer.
Wow, so
that's a good answer. I will tell you. See, American culture is the most powerful culture in the world. The problem is when they promote African American culture to the rest of the world.
Stop the cap.
They send us the negativity of Africa. See, the African Americans
Stop the
don't
cap.
control their culture
Fucking
themselves.
spider.
Yo, the dude said, yeah, one more time. Oh my God, these tethers, man.
World. They send us the negativity of Africa. See,
Oh my God, the whitey man sends them the negativity. This lie right here. Oh my God, I had a whole discussion with I think a person from I forgot one of those damn I think he was Trinidadian and a Jamaican, and they were acting like this was true. So I was like, I'm trying to get some. And again, that dude Stupid Peas was part of this. So I'm trying to get them. I'm like, so are you saying that the only images and videos that's being sent to your country, like again, we got to unpack that. But the only images and videos, music being sent to your country is the Boys in the Hood, the Soul Plane. So none of the good movies, the Denzel good movies are being sent over there, and they get quiet. So I'm like, nah, like don't get quiet, like, because that's what you're implying, without directly saying it. And I'm trying to get direct answers from them, and they're not answering. They just keep talking over me. Stupid Peas, and this is before I realized he was Stupid Peas. I was trying to like, he's becoming the Stupid Peas Hawk. His eyes were turning tether red, and I'm like, so. And then I looked it up. Man, ain't nobody sending them anything. It's their country. Like they act like there's a projector being blasted into these failed countries from Great Britain. Like the projector comes from Great Britain and America. It's like flashing it 1,000 miles to these shithole countries and playing Menace to Society, playing Chris Brown, run it all day long, playing Lil Wayne and Youngboy, NBA Youngboy. Like, stop, man. You guys are choosing what you want to watch. You seen Denzel in Training Day. You seen Denzel in Malcolm X. You chose Denzel Training Day to represent Foundation Black Americans. Stop with that lie, man.
the African Americans don't control their culture
Fucking
themselves.
spider.
You understand?
I hate.
So
Go ahead.
they promote the whiteys. They send African American culture, the movies, the music, all the negativity to the.
Disappeared?
There you go, lying.
Oh. Now I heard you the first time.
Yeah.
So all right. So but hold on.
Yes.
But that I mean that's some of the, I don't want to say excuse, but those are the certain points that y'all bring up. But
no, brother.
No, wait.
Okay.
See?
Those
They don't want you to talk.
flies on your stomach, big stomach flies, and on your eyes. What's the name? Something Struthers. I forgot her name. The girl from motherfucking All in the Family that came. Sally Struthers, right? But we still donated. We still fought for y'all. We even fought for y'all in America because you know why? White people called us African booty scratchers before the main influx of you Africans. We was defending y'all. They was calling us that. I remember because I'm a black kid and I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. So we was called that. And we defended y'all. And we wasn't like we ain't African.
All right.
We always show, but hold on. But even in Africa, all of the negativity movies, but y'all knew who Michael Jordan was. Y'all knew who Aretha Franklin was. Y'all knew who James Brown was. Y'all know who Thurgood Marshall was. Y'all know who Martin Luther King was. So y'all got those images.
Yes.
So don't use that as an excuse.
I'm gonna tell you that things change now, because now we have a social media in it. I'm talking about our parents' generation coming in, our younger generation that came to America. Yes, I have a lot of African American friends. I know better now, But older, when our parents was bringing us to America, they would say, "Oh, careful, don't go nearby. They might kill you." Oh, you know. But now it's different because now we got social media. The world changed.
Right,
You know?
but it's still the same. Nothing has changed. Even though there's.
Now, you heard him though. Don't go over there. See that? So he went away from the movies, and he said now his parents are teaching them, don't go near Black Americans. We will delete them. But okay, so if the movies you're saying represent us and it made you fearful of us, made you want to separate, divide from us, be xenophobic towards us, why are you running to the whitey man? Like, you're watching movies about us, but in real life, he destroyed you guys or aided and embedded to your destruction in real life, not a movie, in real life, and you still find a heart for them. So you got to make it make sense, my guy. It's stupid.
The internet now, y'all can look up more, y'all can do more research and all this stuff and know our history. It doesn't matter. Y'all still treat us the same because you know why? Y'all have been so much colonized that y'all suck the breast underneath. I hope I don't get in trouble for saying that, but hold on, let me land my plane, brother. Let me land my plane. I'll let you speak. Y'all cater to the white tea people. After everything that they did to y'all, when y'all come here, y'all literally praise them like God himself. Y'all continuously do that. And they use y'all as like little tokens and pawns. You understand what I'm saying? To undermine us politically. I don't really care about regular us and the masses in the street. We could just knock you upside your head and just keep, oh my God, TikTok. Damn, I hope they don't come back to bite me. Oh shit. But go ahead before I say something else. Go ahead.
Brother,
I forgot about TikTok.
Brother, I'm gonna tell you from my own experience. I never seen no Somali person hanging with a white tee. I never seen a Somali person outside work socializing with white tee. We Somali culture, we are nomads. We usually don't even socialize.
The whole Africa is nomads.
Okay.
All of y'all are nomads.
Okay, but we Somali don't socialize with other people that much. We usually keep it to ourselves in our own world. We really don't care about what other people do. We really don't care what's going on with their life.
Right.
You will never see Somali people hanging with white tea. You will never. You can show me one time.
But y'all do that in Minnesota.
Minnesota, my guy. Not only did you hang out with them, you are caught scamming right along with them. They gave y'all the scam. What are you talking about?
Stop the cap.
Are you dumb? Are you dumb?
Y'all do that in the political seats. Y'all do that in the
go online.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
so you
go online and find a group of Somali hanging with white tea. Just find it.
Hold on. And I forgot. It just came to my brain. Where are you? Are you in Minnesota?
No, I don't live in Minnesota, brother.
Okay, cool. But in Minnesota, all of the Somalians is running around attacking foundational Black Americans in schools and everything.
Brother.
Now. So how you call us brothers for what? And knowing that we are not. Why you call us your brothers when the actions don't show? Then y'all dress like us. I'm not saying you per se. I don't know how you dress it and really don't care. But y'all literally cosplay our culture. Literally.
Okay.
Aesthetically.
Of all the Somali people that live in America, how many percentage do you think is on the social media?
You say that again?
Of all the Somali people that live in America, what is the percentage that you see on the social media?
I mean, I can't give you no percentages. If you want to go from 0 to 100, I'll say I give it. First of all, I don't search for y'all. I really don't. Y'all just come across my timeline. I don't look for any of you.
I tell you something. Most of the 99% of the Somali people don't be on a TikTok or on a social. The ones you see talking shit mostly are the one that was born in America, younger generation.
Somalians, I'm not gonna go through the semantics. It's so much evidence of Somalians talking down on foundational Black Americans. We not going. Y'all been the main ones saying stuff, calling up and talk about how y'all doing better than us, and y'all just got here.
Brother.
All of you hold on. Can I say something? You can't say no. That has not happened.
No. I agree.
So what are you talking about?
I agree. But no, what I'm saying is the social media makes it things bigger than what they are.
The internet hides. The internet highlights what's going on behind closed doors. Internet, hold the hell up. The internet exposes how your inner feelings, like how you really, really feel, because there's no close proximity. So you don't even have to show your face or do videos. It could be typing in the comments under a video or videos.
Me personally, I don't judge people by the internet. I judge people when I see them face to face. The African Americans that I see every day, hang with every day.
The internet is ran by real people, sir. This is just virtual reality.
Okay.
It's still reality.
No, it's not a reality. Do you ever met a Somali yourself?
Have I? Personally, maybe I have. I don't know. See, but what that have to do with my personal experience and seeing what's going on?
And I'm gonna tell you this.
What are you talking about?
I'm telling you this. If I judged people, the things
talk to your people, whatever you want to say to me.
Yeah, but you do. Well, hold on. So he just said that they are giving these ideas about foundation Black Americans back in their homeland, right? And he's justifying their HEATE of us by the movies. Let's say the movies. But then he'll tell us, have you ever met a Somali? It's like, well, damn, have you ever met a foundation Black American before you decided to watch Boys in the Hood and cast a judgment? Now, we know that's not the real reason, but let's go with that. So this is how I will handle him. Hey, ho, did your people back home meet a foundation Black American? So why are you judging us? Because that's what he's trying to tell All Access Media. He's trying to say, hey, you haven't met one, so whatever you learned of them, of himself, don't believe. It's like, well, y'all need to take your own advice. But we know they're lying about their, why they HATE hate us.
You say that to your people because my people is my people. Hold on. My people is the only people that helped out Africa that Africa ever helped us out for years. For hundreds of years. So no, ain't no okay. No, hold on. You can't just say okay and brush it off. Y'all never did nothing.
No. I'm not talking about that.
I'm talking about that. Y'all came here
when I see social.
Hold on. Let me put you on mute. I put y'all came here as beggars and fleers. Beggars and fleers. And we were the ones that, out of everybody on the planet, not felt sorry for you. We seen y'all as family. And we did everything we could to help y'all get here. Churches put up money to send money to Africa for them damn kids and 15 cents a day. And some even adopted y'all and brought y'all here. It's so many intricacies in the things that we have done for multiple people from multiple places in Africa. And when y'all crusty, funky, stanky asses come here, y'all look at us like we the enemy. Ever since I came here. From the late 60s to this very moment. 60 years of you funky, you're close to that, of y'all ungratefulness. So now when we see exactly what y'all are, see y'all for who y'all are, now we the device, so you should love your brothers and sisters. Y'all never loved us. Y'all weird. All of y'all, not just Africans, the Caribbeans and Hispanics. We already know about whites. So when y'all talk about, y'all don't talk about whites, we We know who our enemy are. Is y'all the ones that don't know? Y'all kiss their ass. The people who did y'all the worst, y'all still worship. Y'all not family on no level. Y'all are not family. Y'all showed us you're not family. I don't consider y'all family. I see y'all as the ungrateful cousins. I ain't saying restrict them, but that ain't cut me off. But you can talk now.
Brother, it's no such a thing. I understand.
We got another one.
Let me make it clear to you. Just because I'm black and you black, we're not the same.
No. I'm black. You're melanated. It's a total difference.
I'm a melanated. Okay.
Thank you.
You don't see white people going around, a German and the British saying, "Oh, we brothers." People, you get along.
They do that. They do that. That's why they have their differences. They have their cultural differences. But when it comes down to white supremacy, they will literally come together for a common cause. They have their differences. But when it comes down to making sure they have that to keep the status quo, to keep white supremacy alive, and they have that complexion for the protection for the collection, they will come together. So what are you talking about?
So you think that a German give a fuck about the British? He's not working towards his own interest.
They all work at their own interest, but
family, that's a rabbit hole, family. He's taking all of his media away from himself, the Somali. Listen, family, don't fall for nobody. So it's two people talking, a Somalian and a Foundation Black American. Let's keep it right there. All the examples, analogies should be about Somalians and Foundation Black Americans, or at least Africans. You dig? But to bring up a whole different people is like, this is what they do, man. Gotta avoid this.
I just gave you the answer. But when it comes down to keeping the black and melanated people around the world at a certain position, they will all come together for one common cause.
But that's the American.
Hold on. So you think all small hats? You don't have to say their names. The small hats.
Huh?
You know the small hats.
Yeah,
are, right?
yeah.
So all the small hats, not just all together in hunky dory. No, but they come together for that common cause. See?
But they're the same culture. But they have the same culture. That's the one thing that makes them.
Do every Somalian real all have each other in. No. Yeah, I'm trying to make a point.
Oh my God.
No, because you listening to respond, not listening to understand. Those are totally different things. When y'all unaliving each other over there, right? That means y'all having differences. But would y'all come together for a common cause? Or your differences to the side, or y'all just savages just killing each other? Can you answer that question, please?
Only people I ally with is the people that have the same interest as me. If you don't have my same interest as me, as a Somali, I don't give a fuck about you. That's what
I'm trying to tell you about white supremacy. All the Germans and the Italians and all that stuff, they have one thing in common, is to keep white supremacy exactly where it is.
Okay.
You said thinking alike. They think alike on that level, sir.
And
that's
I'm thinking,
I don't know, that's not computing or registering.
I think like the same way they think. I don't think of my skin color. If I see you, I don't care what color you have. If me and you have a lines of interest,
that's why
we're gonna make it happen. If we don't have the same
yourself up with the white T man. That's the point. That's our point. It's not about skin color. These guys are saying they are brothers because of skin color. We're saying you're not our brothers because of skin colors. So now he admits that people who are not the skin color sometimes can align politically or selfish interest if they agree on one thing. Right. Now you got it. So we're saying you guys align yourselves up with white T man in America when you come here. That's a fact. You're scamming with the white T man.
I don't care. The culture does not matter. The skin color does not matter.
Right. Yeah, y'all can say that, but listen, you can say that now. That's fine. See, you one of none who thinks that way.
But that's how white people think.
But you can't speak for the collective, because with everything that you're saying right now, that's your personal experience or how you feel.
But no.
Can I finish? Okay. In all reality, I'm talking about me and you having a conversation.
Okay, go ahead.
Outside of me and you and 48 people that's in here, the reality that shows us different from what you're saying. You only speaking from a personal space or opinion or feeling. You can't speak for everybody else. We live in the reality. We live in it.
Okay.
So that's just that. If anybody want to jump on the panel, y'all come on in here, man. If y'all want to get on the panel, just send an invite or press 1 and I'll bring you up.
Let me say something. When America wants to pursue their interest in another country, what do? They find people that allies with their interest to get what they need to get. That's America, how the world works.
Guy.
The world. Why not?
Dude. Ran by white tea supremacists. And guess what? Yeah, what aligns with their agenda, not yours. Like, they expose themselves the more they talk.
Now, you go any country, you go in, you find the people that have the same interest as you ally with them. It's not about, that's not how the way you think, that's not how the world works. The world works on interest. If I want to dominate a country, I will find people in that country that have the interest alliance with me, and I will go for it.
Wait,
ain't no skin color, ain't no brotherhood, ain't no we are same country.
You Somalian. Listen, you are a Somali. You are not a foundational Black American. How long you been in this country? How long you been here?
20 years.
Okay, still, you're not from here. And how this country was established, the laws that they passed, and the things that they have done, we lived through that. You can't tell us anything. The world that you live in mentally, that's your experience. You don't speak for foundational Black Americans No, not you. Listen, hold on. I said this before.
I'm not gonna share it.
Hold on, like I said before, just because you have the pigmentation, that don't mean you have the representation. You don't represent us on no level. None. We are done with trying to align ourselves with people that mean us no good. We would definitely have allies, but you don't have any kind of share or whatever to dictate what happens within this culture. We tried with y'all for too many decades and nothing happened, but y'all getting political seats and making sure y'all only do for your own people.
Of course.
Hold on, mother effer, and make sure that y'all fire us on the job and hire your own people. Y'all make sure y'all have these programs where y'all get funded, and make sure it only goes to y'all people. And make sure that y'all sabotage anything that has anything to do with us being, we talk politically. And that's what happens. So there's no more love. Not on my part. Go ahead and respond, and I go to Roll Boy.
I agree with you 100%. Let me tell you something. I did not come to America to get validation of other people. America is a country of go-getters. Okay? Chinese come here, they buy land, they grow food, they send it back to their country. The Jewish come. Every country in the world comes to America.
But see, when y'all come here, y'all get handouts, though. When y'all come here, y'all get programs. So all right, what's the first thing you did when you came? How much money you had in your pocket? Don't tell me you had 75 cents in your pocket when you came in, right?
How do you not know this? You born in this country, America. America is
how much money you came in when you came in?
Let me educate you. Since you are born in America,
you don't have to educate me.
Okay, America is a fucking loopholes.
Hold on, relax. But like I said, when you came here, what did you get? How much? I think he got cut off. Yep.
I did not get cut off.
what was why? Yeah, the question. I like that question. Why did you need to come here in the first place?
Because I came from a my country
Total
had a
shithole. Yes, you came
I
from a
agree.
shithole.
I agree.
Yes, no, we know. You know. Even if you deny it, we already know what it is.
Okay.
You see the difference?
Okay.
We know.
Okay.
But
Go ahead. Huh?
so okay. So when you came here, how much did you have in your pocket? Don't tell me. $2.
Zero.
So how were you able to get any kind of food?
How
in your
I
mother-
get?
Yeah. What kind of handouts did you get when you came here?
I did not get no hand. I had a family support. We supported
Oh,
$1
okay.
job.
So when they came here,
Yes.
when they came here with 50 cents in their pocket, what did they do? The first person who came here, how were they?
Bruh.
Where did they sleep at? Because don't tell me they came here and they just went into a building.
All right, so what he's hitting on is great. This Somalian dude is this is what we call a tether. Like he's a lying. He just can't be honest. Say, hey, we came over here. We got government assistance. We got snack. We got WIC. We got maybe TANF. We got housing placement. You know, we got job training. We got set up in a Somalian enclave like Minnesota. Why he just can't be honest? Why lie and act like they really made it on their own? They pulled up their bootstraps with 50 cents and they turned 50 cents to $1 and $1 into $10 and $10 to 100,000. Like, why this crazy lie? They just can't be honest. None of them can. And because they know being honest is giving us our flowers. It's like, nah, yeah, I did rely on the American government to get right. And thanks to you guys, that's thanks to Black Americans.
And brought an apartment.
No.
Oh, don't tell me they came here and just got a job immediately when they got here.
Okay.
No help, no nothing.
Okay, when a refugee comes to the country, they take you to a job fair, and they help you to apply for a
They
job.
they send you to the welfare center and all of those things. I've seen plenty of y'all on those lines.
Yes.
Y'all
And
get all the benefits.
Okay.
And stinking up the waiting area.
Okay. Do you not have that access to that benefit you yourself?
Oh, but I'm gonna be honest. I wish I had food stamps.
No, we don't have access. We've been excluded. And this is the problem he's trying to teach the Somalian tether. It's like, yo, you don't know Black history. We've been excluded from all these programs. We had the man in a home situation where if your man was in a home, you couldn't get these benefits. But family, do y'all know that was exclusive for Black Americans? Nobody else had to face that. When white people were allowed welfare. Welfare, government assistance with being married. All these immigrants that's coming to the country now, nobody tells them they got to separate. They're all allowed to maintain the family, father, mother, and kids, and get the same benefits that we could not get as a family. So that's why when people call up with the foolishness, it's an education moment. It's an educational moment for me.
I wish. I'm tired of spending cash on food.
Brother,
I'm gonna be honest. I wish I still had some right now. I haven't had none in years.
Okay.
I spend cash on food.
Okay, brother.
Cash
Can I tell you something?
for years, and I'm tired of it too.
Do you know one thing? Do you know one thing I realized about America living for a long time? The only people that don't know how the system works is the African Americans. The white man that knows how to. Right now, Trump family.
We know how the system works. It's just that they always put us second. You think we don't know? That's a new thing y'all really starting to say. We don't know the system. Y'all scammed the system. You don't think we don't know about the job fairs?
Bro,
you don't think we don't know about certain programs and stuff like that to go to?
Bro,
certain loopholes, they give it to you desperate, funky niggas first, ahead of it, because y'all people, we fight for what's ours. Everything we get, we deserve. They know us. We don't play about our bread because we know we gotta work for it. Y'all come here like yes men. Okay, we know about this shit. They just help y'all ass out first for a bigger agenda, especially the Democrats. It's a reason why things happen for y'all first. But anyway, hold on. But let me open the floor. Roll boy. Go ahead, family. And then I'm gonna go to Moose, I guess, next. Unmute yourself, Roll boy. Roll boy. All right. Moose. Go ahead. Moose, unblock this. I say unblock. Unmute yourself, Moose.
Give me a second, brother. I'm checking in something.
My bad, bro.
Right,
My bad.
Roll boy, go ahead,
I
fam.
didn't want to. Yeah, I was not trying to. I was over here arguing myself.
Oh shit, you was arguing with yourself the whole time?
Brother, listen, I will tell you something.
I mean,
one thing
hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
No. It's my turn. So growing up, my mom went to school with a Nigerian, which was like my best neighbor. Like I started sculpting. Like that nigga he was a cold-blooded dude. But he went to school with my mom, university.
Mm-hmm.
He dropped his book bag on the side of the road. My mom found his books. We grew up, and then come to find out he was my neighbor from Nigeria. I'm gonna tell you the real cold-blooded 90 story. I'm born in '86. Man, that dude looked out for us. I ain't gonna lie, Nigerians is cool. His name was Anye Machara. That was his last name. Patrick was his first name. Patrick Anye Machara.
You going somewhere with it? So I mean, go.
I'm gonna land.
Your plane is like this.
No, I'm flying the plane right now. I'm telling you the story from my upbringing. Like I grew up around just one African. Like I used to mow his yard. Like he took great care of us. Like all the Super Bowls, all the WrestleManias, all the Mike Tyson fights, we watched them, but he scammed. Like he worked his way up.
He's the scammer.
Yeah, he did that.
Most of them do that. The majority of them does that. They are scammers. When I was doing certain things back in the days that I don't want to mention, but me and my ex-girl, we was getting some chicken. We was getting chicken.
No, but
let me land my plane because I'm going somewhere with it.
Can I finish
I'm
my
going
story?
somewhere with it.
Can I land the story?
Well, hurry up. It took you long to even say the scam
nigga,
shit.
I was
you
telling
on
the
shrooms?
story, nigga. What the fuck you talking about?
Hey, listen.
No, you fucking interrupted.
Go ahead, man, and hurry up, man.
I don't have
Go
to.
ahead,
Just
go
get
ahead,
me out
brother.
your fucking live, nigga.
Go ahead. Why you all in your feelings, man?
No, you fucking interrupted me.
That fucking Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid, they couldn't do shit, dude.
But let me ask you a question, because you've been here patiently. So you heard this whole conversation, and you came in to talk about Timberwolves, dude. Come on, dude. What's going on? Come on. You playing games, man. You know that one. Yeah. So he's
King. What are you talking about?
I don't think you ever been in the
attention at all. I forgot that he existed.
Bro, can I say something to you, right? I want to talk a little bit about corruption. You know, one thing I find out very interesting, that the whole entire America is built on dominating, fucking over people, finding loopholes if you have enough lawyers.
And Somalia is perfect.
No.
Get out of here.
But no, I'm not saying. I'm saying people that think, like, I'm very surprised that right now.
So every time they get caught out for scamming, this is what I see. This is a trend. This is a pattern. Every time they get caught out for scamming, they will tell you, oh, well, I know a bigger, they'll snitch basically. Oh, well, I know a bigger scammer. It's the whitey man. He's the bigger scammer. It's like, yeah, but isn't scamming bad? no matter who does it. Right. I'm against scamming, no matter if you do it or the white team man.
Trump in the office, all his friends are benefiting. Literally, his son got a contract for $600 million without no drone company. Government gives contracts without you even having a company. You go Washington, D.C., all the buildings are empty and people are getting.
Hey, all of them do that. Bill Clinton and Haiti, like they all do that. Every president, that's the point of getting into power. They all become millionaires, gazillionaires. They all work the stock market. They start buying certain things, dumping certain things. As like Uber became a source of income dominated by Africans during the Obama administration. Like, so they already knew. I think Uber went public right after Obama's inauguration. So all of them have ties to different companies, different networks, and their sons and daughters and friends. They all do that. So you're not telling us anything new.
Getting paid with
you should go to him and tell him how frustrated you are.
No, I'm not. I'm not mad at the game. America is like this. You
You should go to Trump personally and walk up to him and tell him just how frustrated you are.
Oh no! I like Trump.
And go back to your country and help build it up.
Listen, a business is a business. I'm not mad at him. He can hate me all day he likes. That ain't gonna stop me making my money. I don't give a fuck. I don't sleep. I don't lose sleep over Trump.
Are you legal?
Well, then why would you? Are you legal? If you felt like that, why would you even bring him up? I mean, I don't understand.
No,
you sound like you're upset with him.
No. What I'm trying to say.
If I'm upset with somebody,
If
I'm upset with somebody, no matter who it is, I'm gonna let them know.
I'm trying to tell you.
You need to let them know.
I'm trying to tell you as an immigrant, how come your guys are born in America and you do not know the system? Every other immigrant that comes into this country automatically understand how America works.
Just explain it to this.
Hey, they are put on game by the white team man. The people who they scam with, they're put on game how to scam the system. This is how to get a head start. We don't care for that. Like it couldn't come to Black America and say, "Hey, this is how you scam the system. Are you guys ready?" We're gonna be like, "What? Hell no!" Like we too proud. We're a proudful people. Like, wait. So we're gonna get over by scamming? Nah. Like we have a history and a footprint of innovators, inventors. Yeah, that's so beneath us. That's so beneath us.
Dude, and you still didn't get it.
Oh, so you blaming is the white team's fault?
Why you keep saying that? All right. Hold on. What is the loopholes? Please explain what the loopholes are, so we can learn. Matter of fact, I want to learn. Go ahead, sir. Please.
Okay, let's go now. Let me say something. In America, everything is a contract. Every program, everything about the government has a loopholes. Its system is made for that way.
Give me some examples, sir. Please.
Okay. What state do you live at?
It doesn't even matter. Just pick one.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody want to know your address. Next, they're gonna ask you.
Don't worry.
Like, what the fuck does that matter?
Say you live in Illinois. Okay. The state.
Get to the point.
The state wants to build. They have a pipe leak. Okay. You look at the contracts they're giving. You bet on it. Whatever price. You don't even have to have a structure company. You bet on it. And the moment you want to bet, go find 3 of your friends and go take over that contract. People do that every day. I seen it with my own eyes. When I used to work in a hotel in Ohio, it was a guy that came West Virginia with 4 of his friends. He won a bet contract with the state to fix some structure, little renovation, came all the way to Virginia to Ohio. He got the contract to 3 of his buddies. They were staying in the hotel that I was working.
Hold on.
I don't, you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is you need to learn how everybody benefits of the government. Most of the company, the reason American military is $1 trillion budget.
Wait a
It's
minute.
not
He
because
just said they didn't benefit off the government. He said they came with 50 cents. They did hard work and somehow they became successful. Now all of a sudden everybody works with the government. Back to our point, everybody does work with the government except for Foundation Black Americans. The government has always excluded us. So if they just slow it down, I would have got this guy piece by piece. Like I would have really humbled this guy piece by piece by just what he's saying. Like, yeah. So now can you tell us where the government helped Black Americans level up? Like, where's the history of that? Or is there a history of government exclusion? So I'd be like, you're right. Now you see why everybody look like they're surpassing us. We're the only people who gets it from the mud. Everybody come here, gets a handout.
You're really not saying anything. You're not really saying anything.
What I'm saying is, whatever you think Somalis are doing is a corruption, is the fucking system.
So have you seen all of the billions and millions of dollars, right? Of
me personally,
money that was stolen, with Tim Walsh and all that stuff, right? You seen all of that stuff, and your family member, your cousin, what's her name? Ahara, Amari, whatever the fuck that. I don't care about her. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. The one that married her brother.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right? Yeah.
She married her brother.
All of the scams that the Layering Center, not the Learning Center, the Layering Center, and all of those things, right? Right. So
what's stopping you opening one for yourself?
The loophole to scam, because that's all I see from the Somalians.
Oh,
the loophole to scam. Oh, and then what about the nursing degrees and stuff like that? I forgot I just had the dude name too. Damn, I forgot the guy that they was getting all of those certificate degrees from. But these are multiple.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. It's still African people. It's still immigrants. It doesn't matter. We don't do no shit like that. I'm not gonna say there ain't no little scam and stuff going on, but that's not something that is we praise, and that's something that we like. That's a common thing that we do. You may have little isolated incidents here and there, but as a culture, as a thing to do, as a badge of honor, that's not our culture. Never been. But somehow, it's you niggas that's doing it.
Oh, we're the only one that's doing it?
Some loophole. Yeah, the loophole to scam.
So all the healthcare fraud that's going on.
A healthcare fraud is with your people. I ain't gonna lie. I know somebody personally that did some welfare fraud. Healthcare or Medicaid fraud. But that was many years ago. But see, I could take accountability. I'm not taking accountability. It wasn't me. But I know somebody who did. Police rushed the building. They ran up in their crib and they messing with my doorknob. I'm like, why the fuck y'all trying to get up in my crib? Helicopters and all that shit in my projects. Yep, that was like late 99, early 2000. Long story short, I want to ask you a question about Somalian people. Yes, now, let me know, is it true or not? Even though I know the answer, but I'm going to ask you a truthful question. Far as your people in Somalia, right? As a group of people, or a culture of people, a lineage of people. Yeah. A lot of y'all have babies with your family members. Is that true?
Oh my God!
But it happens. See, but hold on. But in Pakistan, the Pakistanis, they have them little. I forgot what they call the boys as they love us. This is why I treat the women. But is there numbers of it happening?
Okay, I would.
Yeah. So I'm doing a reaction, but anybody can click the link if you want to add to the conversation, and I'll just pause the video. I don't. There's nothing, nothing to it. Just to pause the video. So if anybody want to join the panel and say some words, if they had some questions, We also still, forever talking about delineation. Is it good or bad for Black Americans? Or is delineating divisive? Is it, xenophobic? Is it causing trouble? Also, Black. We talk about Black. Who's actually Black? Are all people of African descent Black? Or is Black reserved only for foundational Black Americans? Black Americans in America. All right. So those are some questions. So again, I'm playing the video. Anytime you want to hit the link, and I can pause the video.
I'll tell you this.
Yeah, so all I ask is keep the chat clean. I'm talking about visitors that come over here to keep the chat clean, keep the language clean, keep the trolling at a limit, because we got a high no toleration for trolling. So this ain't the space for that. But the link is there. You don't got to troll. You can actually click the link.
It happens. You cannot marry. I'm gonna tell you what cousins. You can get married. I'm gonna try to tell you. You can get married to your third cousin, not your first cousin. Your third cousin, your fourth cousin. You can, and usually you don't want to marry cousins related to your mother. Your father's side is okay.
Why the
You
hell
understand?
you want to marry your cousin in the first place,
inbreeding,
weirdo?
Mike.
No.
The inbreeding is between 30 and 50%. Between 30 and 50% inbreeding among Somalis.
Somalis.
This is crazy.
Can I
Half
ask
of them are
Somali
inbred.
side question?
Half of them are inbred.
All right, hold on. I want this to be organized. Okay. So hold on, Kim, Mike, you go ahead. Please be respectful, TikTok friendly, please. Go ahead.
Okay, I know I've been looking at stuff, and I'm gonna see if this guy's gonna lie. Okay, in Somalia, is it a tradition that y'all castrate your girls as early as 6 years old? And they had a thing, and they also had a thing over there where they try to raise the age of 18 before you can marry a female over there. And the old man over there went so crazy that they took it back to 9 years old.
I seen that video where they was crying about, I think it was them, where they was crying about not being able to marry the kids.
Okay, can I explain to that?
That's sick.
Yes.
Yeah,
Can I explain? Okay.
Yes. All right. Everybody keep tapping that screen, y'all.
Okay.
Keep tapping it till your fingers fall off. Thank you.
Right quick.
You have people that live in the big cities and the people that live in a rural, small left town, middle of nowhere. Those people, they like to keep tradition things.
Ain't no excuse for that nonsense.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up in a big city. My sister's never been touched, never been cut and messed with. Most of Somali girls never got. But people that grew up in a small left town, more tradition, yes, those things happen. Okay? It's the same way in America. You go small towns, they keep old-fashioned culture. No, I'm not talking about immediately. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about any country you go to, whatever the culture is. Usually, small rural area, people are more, tradition, compared to the people that live in the big cities. Because the people that live in the big cities, they're educated, they travel,
what about the graping to the women that y'all do to y'all women and force circumcisions there? And this is culture though. This is all over.
No, it's not culture. That's the thing I was trying to explain to you.
But you trying to differentiate culture. That's a part of your culture. That's been happening for centuries, man. What are you talking about?
That used to happen like my grandfather's time. This is usually in Somalia, not the big cities. Small cities, smaller towns. Yes, those things do still happen to today, and people are trying to. Somalis are fighting that.
Are you trying to differentiate?
Hey, I'm trying to tell you that.
It's a part of your culture, just not probably in the certain part where you at, bro. Come on,
but
now.
that's not the majority of the country. If I tell you, Chicago, people kill each other, that must be all the African Americans. Is that what I'm gonna say?
Mr. Kim,
we don't care about that because we.
Okay, so Chicago, any place that has that type of criminality amongst Black Americans, this is explained. Like, that came through poverty, lack of jobs, if that's anywhere in the world, lack of jobs, poverty, you're gonna get some of the stuff. But not just lack of jobs and poverty. We had jobs and wealth, right? It was stripped away from us. So these conditions were created, literally created. Wealth taken from you, marginalize you. I'm gonna talk about this later. Creating overcrowding cities and situations. This is what causes that. Okay? Taking jobs out purposely to create these conditions. So we're totally different. This is you guys running your own country. We didn't run our own country. Right? We were victimized by our country.
We know y'all use that as a tactic.
I'm trying to explain to you though. I got daughters. I got daughters.
Mr. Kim.
Yes.
Black America, get it right.
Mr. Kim, the inbreeding between Somalis is between 30 and 50%. What are you guys doing, man?
I swear to you, on anything I love, I never seen none of my family ever got married to none of their cousins.
Doesn't mean it doesn't happen among Somalis.
Just because it's not in your family doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Yes, it do happen, but I'm trying to tell you that
Christian world.
I'm trying to tell you, half of the majority of people Somali that live in the big cities that lived before the war, they don't do that. They was educated on the Western countries compared to the people that live in a smaller town. More tradition. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
But listen, it says in 2018 a study found that 35.6% of women in Somalia experience physical and sexual violence. I had to skip that word for TikTok in their lifetime. Now in 2022, 73% of gender-based violence incidents were reported by displaced persons, and 10% being raped, and 40% attempted rape. And the last is more, but I'm gonna say this last one. In rising cases, the UN reported an almost 80% rise in sexual V-word against civilians, mostly girls. So there's men that they do it to, or boys. In 2020 compared to 2019, with 400 cases documented. And I'll land my plane there.
It's a grape culture. It's a
grape
culture.
I will tell you what it is. I tell you what it is.
Grape culture.
Can I explain? Can I explain to you what happened? See, we are Muslim countries. Young people have sex.
You got all the answers.
Okay.
You ain't got the answers, Sway.
And I'm gonna tell you, it happened to one of my cousins. Okay, he had a girlfriend. He was fucking on the low key. Her brother find out. And you know what the girl said? Oh, because most of the girls, when they find out that they lost their virginity or they got fired, guess why they said I got raped? Because they know they get disowned by the family.
Hey, be careful, man.
Mr. Kim,
the words that you choose to say.
Mr. Kim, you have a culture of sexual V against women and inbreeding.
How many people get raped in America every year? You think that's special to Somali people?
Yeah.
You think America? How many women get this?
Yeah, I don't know why they're not checking them with the words. I mean, because now I got to play it on my live, and then you know what I mean. And the words is hitting me in my live. Like, dude, man, check the guy. What are y'all doing, weirdos? But again, grape is heavily shunned on in this country, and is not in yours. That's all they got to say, man. Are you really trying to compare? Like, our society, our country as a whole, don't look at that as something okay. Your country profit off it, man. The trafficking, and stop it, bro.
Hold on. 13 Somalians who we allowed to live here. Great. You use the G word, not the R word. Grape, coerce, and hurt 4 white girls into becoming the P word, right? And these are the Somalians, and they did it to boys as well.
Look at them. They look like intelligent. Just look at them.
Okay. You find out. You find out.
Hold on. And let me tell you something about us here. The most people who does the graping here is white T men.
All white T is a rapist.
Huh?
So all the white T men is a rapist.
So they still letting the guy say it, man. It's just all right. Let me move on from that. these guys are weird. Letting the dudes keep saying it over and over and over.
You believe all Somali essays, everybody,
not me.
Our country, everybody essays. If you believe that, okay, I'm not gonna argue with you.
Mr. Kim, explain.
Let me give one true fact, though. Let me give 1 true fact. Miss
Mr. Kim, explain what happens in Sweden too, among Somalis.
Miss Somalia, she exposed it all. She said that 95% of little girls get, castrated, and the other 5% is just wait for the age for them to be castrated.
Yeah, host.
She ain't gonna lie about that.
Yeah, man, get you a fan.
She's a grown woman. She's a grown woman. She still suffers to this day because of y'all tradition.
Did you ask her where she grew up or what part of Somalia she grew up?
It don't matter. She said 95%.
She's lying.
Women there has been castrated.
That is a lie, bro. You
Mr.
can
Kim.
go, please. If you live a city where the Somali community, I will encourage you to go sit down with them.
Man.
Go sit down with Somali women in the community. Go walk in, say, hey, I have a question as a Somali woman. Do you guys ever get
Y'all
raped?
probably got them scared. Y'all probably didn't terrified.
Mr. Kim.
Yo, I swear to God. Hold on, everybody. Hold on, everybody. Kim.
Yes.
Stop saying that R word. Or you saying it on purpose, brother.
Okay. No, sorry.
Kim, explain this to me.
Yes.
We have Somalis in Sweden too. Why is this happening in Sweden too? It's happening everywhere you are.
Hur mår du?
Det var bra. He's in Sweden, guys. He's in Sweden, guys.
Oh my God, it's happening in Sweden too. See, the other dude, the other foreigner is exposing old boy, and he's having fun. I would love for him to talk to the Somalian. He's exposing him. Wow.
I'll put that in Göteborg.
He's in Sweden, guys. He has lived in Gothenburg, Sweden.
I live in America right now. I don't live in Sweden.
They just go around just graping people?
Yeah, everywhere. It's the culture, man.
This is a culture, huh?
You live in Sweden?
I cannot argue what people believe. You're gonna believe what you believe, so be it.
See, because you think we don't know. You think we cannot find out about your culture. You're not even taking accountability.
If they grape one of mine,
why would I take any accountability for it?
That is a culture within your culture. Just because it didn't happen in your immediate family, that don't mean it's not going on outside of your family. And we see it. This is documentaries, not no he-shade TikTok stuff. And anyway, doctor, what is that? We got female energy in here right now. The real baby something. Unmute yourself, love.
Hey, how are you doing?
We good. We need some female energy. What's going on, sweetie?
I'm okay. I want to say that I was on a live before, maybe a couple of months ago, and there was a guy who was from Somalia, and he was talking down on Americans because Americans was saying just this very thing about the Sharia law and all the things. And he said, yes, that's what they do. That's their culture. So he looked down on us saying that, how dare y'all don't do it? And, we're like, that's not what we do. Not saying all of them follow that, but when you're in a country where women are not considered or even looked at as, human, or, they don't have their own autonomy. They, even in Africa, certain places in Africa, that they have this thing that they do where women are great. It's like I don't know, some type of thing they do once a year. Men run around.
It's like a festival or something.
Yeah, like a festival, and women are in danger. So these are things. It's cultural. We're not saying that he does that, or maybe his immediate family does that, but it's part of their culture. Like you said, there are documentaries on this, so we can't deny that.
But my thing is this, dude. Do they not see that as an issue? Is that not a problem? Like, I'm not understanding why
they don't.
Think that shit is cool.
Because it's part of the culture. So you wouldn't see a problem if this is how you were raised.
What the hell?
They don't realize that it's a problem with Black Americans. It's a problem when we hear stuff like that.
What the hell?
Oh, they made you Somali, son.
Lord Jesus.
Oh, the internet is crazy, son.
But let me just say this.
Oh.
But let me say this.
I
Even
gotta
in
get that
America, I
video.
mean, say this.
What the hell?
They don't realize that it's a problem with Black Americans. It's a problem when we hear stuff like that.
What the hell?
Oh, they made you Somali, son.
Lord Jesus.
The internet is crazy, son.
But let me just say this.
Oh.
But let me say this.
I
Even
gotta
in
get that
America, I
video.
mean, it's not a culture and we practice like that. But even in America, if you look back, and I've seen it for a fact, back in the 50s or whatever, people, young girls married early. I mean, very young, maybe the age of 14, 15. And sometimes, and many times, those men were older than them. See, until they start putting laws to protect children, men were always with younger women, younger girls, always.
Man, it's a special place in hell for people like that, man. That's all I can say.
But we
And
wouldn't-
I can't wait till the day when they come back with the vigilante justice.
Hold on.
That's all I can say.
Not to cut you off. Not even to cut you off. Hold on, Kim. Let me ask you a question, Kim. I forgot to even ask you this question, Kim. Do you believe in the Sharia law? Sharia, whatever you call it? Be honest now. Allah is watching.
Oh my God!
What do you think Sharia law is?
You can't ask a question with a question, sir. Please just answer the question.
Yeah, just get to the point. Ask him, do he agree with the Sharia law penalties of crime?
He knows what Sharia is.
How are you gonna ask me a question even if I explain to you? You don't even know what I'm talking about.
Well, speak. So explain it like a 3-year-old, and then I can get it. Don't play semantics with me, brother. Go ahead.
Sharia law. I'm not saying that I'm an expert on, but I'm gonna try my best to explain. Okay?
Yeah, I was going to say that. How you going to pull rank on them? And then, oh my God, yo, these are weird people, man. That's why we delineate and we like, yo, go your way, man. Don't look our way at all. We're 50 million deep in this country. We all we need. I know we all we got, but we all who we need too. We don't need nobody. Hey, everybody that can hear my voice, like the video, okay? Because I'm shadow banned and y'all are liking it. Some of you guys are liking it, and the liking actually overrides the shadow ban. I already explained that before. But just know, liking the video helps the channel out. Okay, we're definitely being shadow banned, and the liking fights that. We're fighters, right? Aren't we fighters? Like the button, like the video. Thank you.
Ooh, yeah, you crazy. Go ahead, family.
I'm just gonna tell you a little basic about it, okay? The number one, you got Sharia law that government and states and judges apply. And then you have a Sharia law for individual person. Means that how I treat my wife.
And I'm going to cook in a second. So I'm going to let them play a little bit, little dialogue, entertain you guys with this. And then I'm going to go on TikTok, simultaneously go live. I'm already live here. I'm going to add TikTok to the live, and I'm going to cook. I'm going to go in. All right. So you guys can take this time to like the video. You ain't going to miss anything. And those who see value in the content, you can super chat. Or you can send a, Cash App donation, $Unbiased Ron. Let's get it.
Get on your Cash App, $. We're going to start getting some work done, family.
How I give my money, if I make money, how I donate some of my money between me and God, how I treat my neighbors, how I treat other people. That is a Sharia between me and God. Okay? Being a good person, donating my whatever money I make every month, that I give some donation, and then you have a Sharia law by states. I tell you a funny thing. Do you know American Supreme Court? They have a statue like Prophet Muhammad, but it's not a Prophet Muhammad, but they say it's a Prophet Muhammad. Do you know do you know where a lot of marriage laws came from? Women's right, women getting equal, getting property. If you read the Quran, you're gonna realize that it was the Muslims that created women's right to get divorced in her husband. When her husband dies, how much the land can she have? Even the Europeans did not have those laws. So
you talking about in the 7th century when the Islamic law in the 7th century was considered to improve the status of women by granting them rights to property, education, and inheritance, and which not the case is pre-Islamic times, but the laws was highly contested. Like even now, certain men with their daughters, if they it's called honor unalivings. I'm glad I caught myself saying the K word.
Yes, if she cheats.
If you're doing things outside of what's traditional and to be Americanized and want to disassociate themselves from their household cultural practices, in y'all world, it's honorable to unalive your children or your wife and things of that nature. And the women be a part of it. I've seen cases where the mother and father unalive their children due to them wanting to be Americanized and want to go to school, want to show their face, because the cloth, well, I forgot what you called the cloth that you wear, whatever you call it, the hadid. Something. I don't want to mispronounce it. So excuse me. So things of that nature, man. And then everything that you say, we're not tripping off of. We're not tripping off of everything else that you're saying involving Sharia law. Okay? But one thing that we do understand that we look at, because we know once y'all take control of things, y'all are very aggressive people. Very aggressive. Hold on, let me land my plane, because you went all over the world. Yeah, when y'all take control of something, y'all very aggressive people, disrespectful people, and think that everybody should bow down to a Muslim. That's exactly what y'all do across the world. Okay? So don't play like we don't know the overall agenda to make the whole world Muslims. And then the Sharia law, y'all gonna be y'all want to marry little girls and do whatever y'all want to do to women. We not jacking that.
Okay. Google Somalia in 60s.
Yeah, Farrakhan don't even
Google.
talk
I don't.
about
Google what
I
time?
don't care.
No. Google. Do you know we became a religious after the war? The Middle East, the Saudi Arabia funded groups of it. If you Google Somalia back before the war, we was not religious. Our women was not wearing anything. Google pictures of 60s
Hold on,
Somalia.
are they wearing their clothes now? Are they did they go back to regular to the covering their eyes and their face? Do y'all have it there now? Do y'all have it? Is it there now?
After the Civil War, we had 93.
How long ago was that, sir? How long ago was that, sir? What year that was the war? Oh, okay, we talking 30, 40 years. Okay, yes. And what that's supposed to mean?
What it means is
look, 34 something years later.
I'm trying to tell you. It's the same way what happened. It's the same way what happened in Afghanistan, Iran, Somalia. Before, we was not even religious. After they overthrow our leaders, they impose religious on us. Google it, brother. Look at Afghanistan, how it looked before the Civil War. Look at Iran.
Something that happened in the past.
Why do y'all call Arabs and they refuse y'all? They reject y'all.
Right. And y'all was forced into Islam. That was forced into Islam. That's not even your native tongue.
This is the problem. If we're not going to look at history, how can you understand why things are happening, what is happening right now? If you don't understand.
Because the Muslim came and they took over and they forced Islam on all the people. The people in ain't Darfur a part of Somalia? Am I correct?
Okay. What happened was the British had an influence the other half of Somalia. There
you go. It's always back to the whitey man. Everything, all the blame is on all the failures, the whitey man. Knock it off, man. That's getting so tiring. You own your country, my guy. And then they try to compare us to them and say, well, Chicago's ran by white people, ain't ran by us. Show Black America is running something without white man influence, and you'll see Black Wall Street. You'll see business districts like Black Wall Street. Okay? When you see the white man not meddling in our affairs, you'll see business districts like Black Wall Street. When he's not meddling in your affairs, you have things like what they're talking about. The SA on little girls and little boys. That's what happens in your society.
They wanted to create they wanted to break us like they always do. When they cannot defeat you directly, right. Yes, when they cannot defeat you, they be in the Western Somali, they fall for that. It's the white tees that right now pushing because
I just want to say this just because I understand the history and I don't want this to be long drawn out. But at the end of the day, it's not what it is now, and y'all had, and I don't want to seem like to brush it off because people died and saw for someone and being colonized. I get that. It's a little sympathy there. Okay, cool. But y'all left y'all land and came here because at the end of the day, none of y'all don't give a F about us at all. Y'all really don't. So we are past the sympathetic era, like the sympathetic playing the violin and all of my brothers and sisters. Those days is gone, but I still have a little bit of sympathy, but just knowing innately all the stuff that we have done for Africa, I mean so much, and we got nothing but a smelly, funky African. That's all we got. And disrespect for decades. And I love to always mention this, man, because when we talking about our grand masters that taught the world about Africa, the stuff that y'all learned about Africa, y'all ain't learned that from no white school. Y'all learned a lot of stuff from our greats that put in the work and left the shit behind. Y'all wasn't being taught that on your own homeland. So a lot of stuff y'all regurgitating, we been knew this shit because our grandmasters did the work and with the universities across the world, across the fucking country, and went across the waters to teach how great Africa was, past tense. And all we got from you ungrateful giraffe bottleneck eating, monkey back gorilla cookie eating mother effers, all we got was attitude. It's brother, that those days is over. Don't call me brother, man. I respect you, but don't call me brother.
Okay, one thing I would tell you this. Me and you might not understand each other, but I hope our children grow up to defend America and to carry the flag of America. Okay? But me and you, I understand. We have our difference. I grew up in the Civil War. I seen my family get killed. I seen shit that you can never imagine in your head. I'm a 45-year-old. I'm
45 myself.
I've been
here a long time.
I seen things in my life that I should be fucking crazy person even surviving. But you know what? Thank God. I trust God. My head is clear. I don't have dramatic stress in my life.
And thank us for you being able to come here and flee that situation.
And I thank
you. The only ones. Hold on, no, it's too late now. I don't want to hear something that it didn't come from the heart. So I'm just disregarding your thank you because it didn't come from the heart. You've been knew this. I said all the stuff that I said this whole time, and no thank you for helping everybody come here. None of y'all said thank you. See, we don't try to make it seem like kiss our ass. Y'all came over here, so bow down. We don't operate like that. It's just like show some appreciation.
All right, can I cut in this dance? All right, let me cut in this dance. All right, so anybody want to join, here's your time to click that link and join. If not, I'm about to go in. Okay. Okay, let me add TikTok to this. Okay. Let me add TikTok. I'm gonna maybe a little hour. I'm trying to go in. A little hour. 2 hours the most. Two hours the most. Okay. So let me first explain something. Let me share my screen like I did. Oh, before I go too crazy, this popped up, right? And we talked about trademarking before. We went super hard on trademarking. Taylor Swift, trademark infringement lawsuit, absurd, says attorneys. All right. So this is why it's important to trademark your intellectual properties. Right. So last month, Marin Flag, who is suing Taylor Swift for trademark infringement over the life of a showgirl, filed a motion for a preliminary injunction. At the time, attorneys for Swift had yet to respond to the lawsuit initially filed in March. Earlier this week, the musician's legal representatives submitted a brief in opposition to the request, along with a proposed order requesting a denial of the motion. Anyway, the importance of trademarking. Don't let nobody gaslight you out of your trademark intellectual properties, right? We covered several shows on that. The importance of trademarking. People who want to leave you open and vulnerable will try to trick you and believe that trademarking is wrong. It's of the devil. You're the leader because you trademark something. All right. Okay, so let me show my screen from yesterday. So here are some words that you might have heard before, and here are other words you never heard before. So we have ethnogenesis, we have ethnonym, exonym, endonym. So a lot of things sound the same. We got the ethno part and the nym part. So real simple, real briefly, real quickly. Ethnogenesis just means a new people. Ethnos, people, genesis, a beginning. Okay. Ethnonym, ethno, same thing. Ethnos, a people name. It just means people. Ethnos means people, and onym means name. So ethnonym means a people's name. A people's name can be something like Puerto Rican. It can be Egyptian. It can be Somalian. Okay, that can be your ethnonym, and it is in that example. Then you have something called exonym. So the nym stays the same. The nym still means name. All right, because your ethnonym comes about two different ways. Somebody either named you from the outside or you named yourself from the inside. So exonym is an outside name. Usually your colonizers name you that. Exo, outside, onym, name. Okay, so example, Nigerian is an exonym. Jamaica is an exonym. The British name both of them. Okay, and you got Sudan, that's an exonym. The Arabs renamed those people Kush, West Africa, Sudan. Then you have a term like endonym. Endonym would be like Haiti. Dessalini 1804 said that from that point on, they will be known as the Haitians and the island will be known as Haiti. That's an endonym. Endonym is an inside name. Endo, inside, onym, name. Okay, so black, B-L-A-C-K, that English word is an ethnonym for Black Americans since the 60s, and in an endonymic sense, not an exonymic sense, not somebody out from the outside naming us Black. From the inside, we named ourselves Black. Nobody named us Black. Okay. Our outsiders named us Negro and colored. Okay. And the hard ER. But the word Black is something that we took on for ourselves. So that's an ethnonym by way of endonym, right? We named ourselves. Ethnically named ourselves, right? Big difference. So you have people across the world, literally across the world, just recently in the 2020s, who already have their ethonyms by way of exonym or endonym, don't care. They already have their ethonyms. So Zimbabweans are Zimbabwean, right? People of the Congo are Congolese. People of Nigeria are Nigerian or a tribe. But none of those people call themselves Black as their ethnonym. Got it? You have Haitians. I already told you they call themselves Haitians. The Caribbean people call themselves Caribbean people, Haitian, no, Caribbean people, Jamaican. They also call themselves West Indians. They never call themselves black. Okay, so their colonizers at some point called them Negro and colored as well. Those are exonyms, but their colonizers never called them black. Okay, they called them exonyms. Got it? They never called themselves BLACK. So they'll try to do the word game trick. Well, what we were called means black in English. Sir, what you were called is a Portuguese Spanish term or a French term or a Arabic term, my guy. What we chose, and then you were called that. You didn't choose yourself that. What we called ourselves was an English term. And black for us didn't simply mean a color. Okay? Black for us was in a 400-year plus experience in America, the good and bad. Just like when your colonizers called you Negro, they didn't just call you simply a color. Negro in that context meant the applications of Negro meant inferior people, worthy of enslavement, and sinners, inferior. That's what Negro meant. It didn't just mean black. The language they used to call you something might have meant black, but the way they applied it to you, the application wasn't simply black. You were not just simply a darker version of the Portuguese to them. You were closer to a gorilla than a Portuguese or a Spaniard to them. So we're not going to water down the application of the word. We spoke about yesterday, Mayate through Chad Smith. Mayate is a derogatory term from the Latino community, the Hispanics, that they place on Black Americans. And that means something derogatory, close to the Nigger word. Now, but the literal definition is a black beetle. But are they calling us a black beetle when they say Mayate? No, they're trying to call us their version of the Nigger. You see, so what something literally means doesn't mean that's the application of the word when it's being applied to people to defame them. Okay? Rebel, I can't invite you up, Rebel. There's a warning on you. It says your live is flagged for whatever, hate speech. I don't believe that. So tethers are trying to flag me on TikTok saying hate speech. We know that's not hate speech. It's fact speech. This is fact speech. How is breaking down etymology there? Whatever. It's not hate speech. It's fact speech. Okay. Anyway, let me go on further. So no, I'm gonna double down. Black Americans chose the word black as an ethnonym, BLACK, English word. Everybody else was not speaking English. But it don't matter if they were. They were given the word Negro, and that had a different definition than the way we define black. Okay, we didn't define black as inferior people or worthy of enslavement or half humans. It's not what we did in America. Okay, so I got a little restriction on TikTok. But it ain't gonna stop us. Okay, so let's go a little further. Okay, it ain't gonna stop. Tethers, you can be mad all you want. It ain't gonna stop. White tea supremacists, you mad all you want, it ain't gonna stop. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go harder. I'm gonna go harder. Let's go harder. So let me explain some things real fast. Let me make sure that the link is in the chat in case somebody did want to click it. Yeah, okay, it's there. It's there. All right. I'm gonna try not to be long, but I'm gonna try to be strong. You dig it? So I covered the black and brown garbage yesterday, and if I ever have to do it again, I'll do it again. Revenue, where you at, man? You said a bunch of BS last time you were on, man, like you normally do. Like you normally do. All right, so delineate. Like people got their feelings bunched up when we talk about delineation, right? Delineation is not a spooky word, right? Listen, let me get my headset. It's not a spooky word. All of a sudden, it's a spooky word now that Black Americans are using it. Everything is spooky when we touch it. Here's the reality. Hold on. One second. Okay, so here's the reality. Black Americans, we are seeking not this racial Black people globally, but Black Americans ethnically. We are seeking more precise ethnic identification beyond the broad racial category, which is hijacked and now is Black. Because so many people are confused, even some FBAs are confused about the difference between race and ethnicity. I talk about this a lot, right? And people are confused about how data representation and political power and historical claims can become blurred when very different populations are grouped together under one umbrella, race, Black specifically. So in the United States, hold on, Donna, hold on, where's my mouse? Come on, Donna. I'm gonna need Donna to pull up. What Donna talking? Let me see. Uh-oh. Perfect timing, Donna. Second, let me invite Donna over. 1 second. Right. I reached out to Donna, and we had one more person out there. We had Tracy. Hmm. 1 second. Let me get Tracy in here. All right. All right. So we got that. We got Donna and Tracy pulling up. All right. So, race and ethnicity, right? Big difference. So in the United States, Black is primarily treated as a racial category, which is a finesse. So the way the OMB, our government defined race, well, black in a racial category as people perceived as having sub-Saharan African ancestry. But racial categories are broad, and they often contain many distinct ethnic groups with very different histories, cultures, migration timelines, political interests, and ancestral experiences. So I always say this is a fact. People that live in the Caribbean, people who live on the continent of Africa, they have different world experiences than Black Americans. That's why none of them, when they come to America, for whatever reason, none of them are coming to join the Black fight, okay? Black activism. And we ain't mad at you. We ain't mad at you, Tupac. We understand that. We're mad at the finesse. And then if you guys start acting like we're your brother, then we kind of mad. But as long as you keep it like that, we all right. We don't expect y'all to come over here. But if you want to be down, Brandy, we understand you can't probably fight because you'll get deported. But when you anchor a baby over here, how about teach your babies how to, join the fight? But you don't do that either. So we really don't have anything in common like that. All right. Now, let's talk more about this race, this Black race. So the U.S. Black category can include, look who's all inclusive to this racial Black category. Obviously us, descendants of U.S. slavery, ADOS, FBA, Freedmen, Solon, right? We're there, obviously, in the Black. We got recent immigrants, recent African immigrants, recent African immigrants, recent Afro-Caribbean immigrants, recent Afro-Latinos, mixed race immigrants from Europe or Latin America, African immigrants from Canada, the UK, or elsewhere. These look how broad the Black race box is. Now I know the average foundational Black American does not know that. We kind of believe the Black race box is just for us, and if anything, maybe some folks in Africa and the Caribbean. I'm talking about the average Black American. This is how they think without doing research. They think that box is for people who are clearly of African descent. But they would never fathom that. Nah, this is for people, Afro-Latinos, mixed race immigrants from Europe or Latin America, and African immigrants from Canada, the UK, everybody in their mother. Okay, so these groups may all be racially categorized as Black, but they're not the same. They don't have the same. They're not the same as us, and they don't have the same ethnicity. They don't have the same history. Okay? Their sociological experience are different from ours. And this is why when we caught this finesse in the 2014, 13, 2010s, we said, no, sir, this finesse will not go on any longer. We are going to delineate. And then once we said that, everybody became shooken, right? They start to shake in their boots, all because we said the word delineate. Okay? Make sure the chat is all right. Chat all right? Everybody all right? Okay, cool. Kevin Robinson said they even joined Black American groups to stop Black Americans from coming together. That is a revelation. That's 100% accurate. Yeah, that is crazy. You're right. They become informants and ops. They join our groups and then cause division. And I never even thought about that. I got to add that to my speech. Okay. So Black. So again, Black Americans are only people to choose that as our ethnonym via endonym. Other people became Black because the white man just said they are Black. Racially. So this racial category didn't exist until white T-man made it a thing. And they grouped up everybody who they perceived having African ancestry as Black. So the first person to call Africans in the Caribbean Black are white people. You dig? And foundational Black Americans, we don't put stock in the white man's opinion. That don't mean anything to us. Anyway, so people are confused on delineate, right? The word delineate. When we say delineate, people shaking their boots, tethers shaking their boots, white man shaking his boots. What does delineate mean? Let me break it down. Like I broke down ethnonym, ethnogenesis. Okay. So Latin word D means completely. Linea, line, that means line. So D means completely line, and the line linea means line, obviously. So originally this word meant to draw lines around something. It's in the word. The root word is line. When we say our lineage, the root word is line. Delineate, line, lineage, line. What's wrong with you people? But over time, it came to mean to clearly define. Look at how it's used today. So to say delineate today, it means to clearly define, to distinguish, to mark boundaries, specify identity or scope. So that's all it means. When we say we're delineating, we're just clearly defining ourselves. That's all. We're saying we're not African. We're not Caribbean. We're not Afro-Latino. We're foundationally Black Americans. That's all. See, it ain't so spooky, is it? So to delineate a group means to identify its boundaries clearly instead of leaving it vague or merge into something broader like the Black race box. See? You can go to sleep now, right? It's not so spooky. So now, here's the thing. How do delineation really works in society? Almost, as you can imagine, some of our talking points, almost every group in America delineates itself in some way. So you got the Italian Americans, you got the Navajo Nation, you got the Ashkenazi small hats, you got the Cajuns, you got the Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, you got Nigerian Americans, Chinese Americans, you got the Gullah Geechee, you got the Amish people, Those are all delineating terms. Why is every ethnic group delineating? And why don't they want us to delineate? Well, everybody's delineating and have delineated because it helps to preserve ancestry, historical continuity, legal claims, cultural identity, demographic accuracy, and political interest. No one finds it strange when Dominicans distinguish themselves from Mexicans or Puerto Ricans. Yo, call a Dominican and Puerto Rican, see what happens. Call a Puerto Rican Dominican. Call a Puerto Rican Mexican, call a Mexican Puerto Rican. They're not going to say, oh, thank you, brother. Thank you, sister. That's a compliment. No one finds it strange when Nigerians distinguish themselves from Ethiopians. No one finds it strange when the Irish distinguish themselves from Italians. But everybody and their mother have a problem when foundational Black Americans want to distinguish ourselves from the average Caribbean or somebody from Africa. That is a sin. So it becomes more politically sensitive when we, ADOS, FBA, freedmen, seek similar ethnic specificity because the American racial system historically flattened us into one race label, Black. So our country, our government wants to flatten us. They don't mind you Ethiopians, Somalians, Nigerians, Jamaicans. They don't mind you guys delineating, having distinct, precise identities. They mind when it comes to Black Americans. And we've been trying to tell you guys this, to mind your business. Stay over there. This ain't got nothing to do with you. Now, we also demand disaggregated data. What does that mean? What does disaggregated data mean? It means separating broad categories into more precise subgroups. For example, if they say, hey, man, this black man deleted this poor whitey woman senselessly with a Hammer in broad daylight before the cameras in front of people. For Black Americans, we want to know, okay, because we're the face of this black race box. So we're like, okay, tell me more. You feel me? Was he Black American? Was he Haitian? Dominican? Oh, don't worry about that. Yeah, all right. You ain't about to make us the face of that crime to pass more 94 crime bills and stop and frisk. No, sir. Where's that guy from? And it turns out he's from Haiti. He's Haitian. Like, all right, cool. Just make note of that. That has nothing to do with foundational Black Americans. That's not a knock on what we do. No, sir. Okay, so we got Cartier, who says, yes, everybody of African descent, they are Black. Okay. Over here. All right. Just responding to a Facebook post. Okay, hold on. One second. All right. All right. We're back. Just had to respond to some. Okay. Mm. Okay. I hope I'm speaking plain English here. Yeah, so anybody have a question or confused, you can join the panel. This is a respectful, professional panel. I'm not gonna mock you. I'm gonna let you talk, but you can't babble though. Okay. So disaggregated data, what does that do? We want to know who is being harmed from certain policies and who are benefiting from certain policies, not just Black people, because as we pointed out, Black people can be anybody from Africa, anybody from Haiti, anybody from the Caribbean, anybody from Black America, right? So if it's Haitian people and they are benefiting from certain policies, kudos to them, but we don't want the finesse. Like, don't try to say Black people are benefiting from Haitians benefiting. No, sir. Haitians are benefiting and Haitians benefit from Haitians benefiting. That don't trickle down to Black Americans. So we want to know, instead of the Black race benefiting or being harmed, we want to know, look, disaggregate the data. We want you to clearly distinguish. Is it us, ADOS, FBA freedmen? Is it Nigerian immigrants, Jamaican immigrants, Haitian Americans, Somali Americans? You know, really, we want to know about us. Okay. So that matters because outcomes can differ significantly between groups. So you got things like this. You got wealth gaps. You got incarceration rates. You got educational attainment. You got home ownership. You got historical eligibility for reparative policies. You got generational wealth loss tied to slavery, Jim Crow. So if you are not part of that history, where you had wealth loss tied to slavery of Jim Crow, and when we seek reparatory damages, you're not going to be in that Black group. You dig? Haitians, Africans, Jamaicans, no sir. No sir. We're not going to be in yours either. But the Black racial box includes everybody and therefore excludes everybody because you can't receive anything racially. 14th Amendment Equal Protection Clause bans that. You feel me? So to include everybody is to exclude everybody. One more time, to include everybody for reparatory damages excludes everybody. That's why all those Pan-African reparation rallies and efforts were useless. So here's the argument. Without delineation, without disaggregated data, the unique historical condition of us Black Americans that we descend from U.S. chattel slavery becomes statistically obscured, right? Like, here's some examples. If an immigrant group with different socioeconomic profiles are grouped into one Black racial category, it can complicate the analysis of intergenerational poverty, reparations claims, historical discrimination patterns, or policy targeting. Got it? So first is delineation. Nothing comes before delineation. Then disaggregation. Then Q butter, explicit representation. So another argument is about political representation. A catch-all racial category may create situations where institutions claims Black representation, but the representation may not reflect the historical Black American population specifically. It might not be representing Black Americans, basically. Hey, stop. So this Black representation may not be representing Black Americans. It might be representing Black people of the Dominican Republic. You know, I'm saying racially wise, we know they're not Black. Africans, Nigerians, enclaves, or Caribbean, Jamaican enclaves. But it's headline to say Black representation. So it's making Black Americans feel like we have representation when we don't. It's actually Haitian representation. Just like the Black and Brown coalition, right? When you think of brown people, you're going to think people of color, some type of melanin outward expression. You're not going to ever imagine Karen is in the box of brown. Okay. 1 second. 1 second. Okay. Why is my mouse wilding, bruh? Everything was swell until I went live. Mouse is dummied out. All right, all right, all right. Cool, 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 cool. All right, all right, all right. Okay. Foundation of Flyness said, gotta see your paperwork. Snatch Adam 69, sup? Family B1 Las Vegas. Steven Wilcox, that Brandon dude got a video, Mexican lady telling how they getting back door funds. Really? You mean Brandon, you mean Bushy Bear? That Brandon? Bucci Bear Brandon? That Brandon? Okay. All right, my mouse bug. This might mean batteries probably. Okay. Okay, so the argument is representation by race alone is not, it's not cool. It's cruel. We don't want to hear anybody say representation by race. That means that this people they're speaking to us Black Americans, but really immigrants. When they say race representation, they're speaking to immigrants. They're not speaking to us. Because when you hear Asian representation, you might automatically think Chinese representation. But that could actually include, and like it does, many different groups within different histories of those in the Asian race, like Japanese people, like East Indians, right? So yeah, so the racial representation, don't fall for that. Don't fall when you hear Black in public, automatically think of immigrants. Don't even think of you. Because in public, they're using Black as a race and they're normally representing immigrants of the Africa descent, Caribbean or Africa. So now, what is the big deal, right, of delineating, right, or not delineating? Okay, so you might say, well, what's the big deal of not delineating? Why we got delineate? Why we just can't keep it where it was? Well, there are several harms. You have something called statistical obscuring, where unique socio-economic conditions can become harder to identify. You have political dilution. Specific policy claims may weaken if the category becomes too broad, like it is right now. You have historical erasure. Now, Black history is global African history. It's no longer Black American history. So, distinct ethnic lineage tied to slavery and segregation, it's going to most likely lose visibility. And now our history becomes global African history. The nerve of them. Then you have identity confusion. Y'all seeing it. You have a bunch of Africans who always, and Caribbean, who always ever said they're not Black. Now all of a sudden in 2020, they're Black. So, and it's because people ignorantly conflate race, nationality, ethnicity, and culture. And I talk about this often.
Buddy?
Oh, how you doing?
How you doing?
Good. So I talk about this often. So then you have misallocation of resources. I was a young sister that I was trying to help out. When she see me podcasting, she wanted some tips. So she got her mic and everything. You know, I gave her tips. She got her mic and everything. You dig? So misallocation of resources. I kind of shrugged her off unintentionally because I'm live. Well, first I didn't know it was her. I got my back to her. Say, hey. I turn around. I see her like, oh, okay, wait. She looking like, okay, you're being funny today. So you got misallocation of resources. So programs intended for one historical population may end up broadly distributed across unrelated populations. Black Americans, we know all too well of that. Okay. So now you can really look back at Walter Plecker because he's the one that started this racial ambiguity. Revenue. So Walter Plecker started this racial ambiguity. So for those who don't know, how you doing, Lena? For those who don't know, how you doing, Lena?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Hey, listen, you're speaking to the choir today, man.
Hey.
Yeah, you're speaking to the. Okay, so before I just have one question for you. Okay, so I have a lot of research I'm going to send to you. First of all, it's gonna. I don't know if you have it, but it's pretty good. Now, when you're talking to us and you're teaching us, right? You know what you're talking about is like erasure, right?
Right.
So, what would you recommend for anyone or that you're teaching? What would you recommend? Do you recommend that we learn law?
So first thing, I'm not teaching because nobody's really paying me. No, I'm not. Because you know what? Because people use that word. I hate when folks use that word.
Sharing.
Yeah, I'm sharing information.
So if they talk to us like you would talk to a 5-year-old and talk to your kids, like with everything that's going on politically and everything that's going on with our lineage, right? Would you if they said, okay, Pops, I wanna go into law, would you say okay? Because there's the erasure that you're talking about, we're seeing it more and more. I don't think we really knew how bad it was.
Yeah. Well, whatever you do, whatever studies you want to go into, law, yeah, it's good to go law. We need lawyers, but we need FBA lawyers. Like we don't need the lawyers who are out there now. Right.
Talking about because when you're talking about erasure, Ron, I was just reading last night and I'm like, Dad, we have really been, I don't know if it's by choice or whatever, but a lot of us are learning about this flat blackness and how it's really been erasing us.
Yeah. Yes, it's erasure. It's paper genocide.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So to get in the law, yeah. So all those fields, law, STEM, like all those things, tech, engineering, all of those fields is going to help our cause. And now we got lawyers to speak on these topics because a lot of us are not lawyers and we're on these topics. So it's great. They got Dennis Sperling, but we need more Dennis Sperlings. Like we need a lot of lawyers out here speaking on delineation and reparations, help signal boosting, everything, all of our talking points.
Course, and then get back into office, and how do we get our history from? How do we prevent our history from not being erased? And how do we regain? This is what you're talking about. How do we regain what we have lost?
So, specify what we lost.
Like the flat blackness, we didn't know that the Black Caucus was mostly not us.
Right. Yeah. Now, yeah, something like that. It all starts with delineation, right? Because everything starts with because it's called the Black Caucus. So Now when you so again, like we're realizing that the word black was weaponized against us, like unbeknownst to us. So when they say black this, black that, we're thinking black Americans. We're not thinking people of Africa and the Caribbean coming over here just yesterday. We're not thinking that blackness, right? So now, but we're finding out through delineation that, oh, okay, so the whole time they were saying black, to them, black was equivalent to immigrants. So it's the immigrant caucus. Everything that's a sort. That's why I said to the listeners now, when you hear black publicly, and it's not coming from our spaces, just automatically assume it's talking about immigrants of African and the Caribbean going forward.
Because there's a video that the sister shared, and she was like, they were talking about like how it has something to do with the arts and how Trump ended it, but it had to do with a Canadian Trinidadian, and also it was the letter people, and then he just took that off, but he didn't discontinue Black history. He just segments of it, and then she was like, she was like, that person wasn't even us. So I'm like, okay, Ron, you onto something today.
Right.
Because that person was not an FBA at all.
Right. And that's why they're so mad. That's why when Trump ends things for black people, we know that's immigration. So that's why think about the people who are most hard on Trump. It's really immigrants. Like you have the people I hear who speaks the hardest on Trump are people from Africa and the Caribbean. Like they hate him the most of anybody who could represent themselves as black racially. And it's because he's ending a lot of things. Like, I don't know if it's intentional, unintentional, subconscious, conscious, unconscious, I don't know, but he's destroying their world, like their whole cosplay, their finesse into blackness. Like that's all being destroyed. And they're looking at us like, hey, look, Trump's destroying this black thing for black people. And we're saying, no, that's black people, that ain't black people, us. So what you gonna do about it, huh? What you gonna do about it? Are you gonna riot and protest and do the things we would do? No, that's not in you at all. You're just gonna cry and complain and hold the L.
So they want us to go into flat blackness, and then it's not even benefiting us.
Right. It's benefiting the Black and Brown Coalition. I exposed it yesterday. Same thing. The Black and Brown Coalition. When you think of brown, you think of melanated people, but the brown represents largely white people. People classified as white are considered brown. Now, the average Black American doesn't know that. They think black and brown people of brown color. You feel no, the brown represents whitey people also. Matter of fact, largely people who classify as brown are whitey people. Now, we don't know that. We don't know that. So, but if we knew that, of course, we would never entertain such idea, right? Black and brown. But yeah, so the brown represents a large majority of the brown is whitey people.
Okay, so now you're saying the first thing is delineation. But with delineation, we have to teach, right?
Well, you don't got to teach. I mean, it's a bunch of things that happen. So Elijah Muhammad, right, the former leader of the Nation of Islam, he said this. He said, if the teachings don't get you, the conditions will. You see, so people are right. So sometimes it's an experience. It's an uncomfortable experience for you to learn the lesson, because teaching you it right now, people just ain't gonna get it. So they got to experience it. And then once they experience, they say, oh, that's what he was talking about. Okay, so that's the conditions versus the teachings.
So what is this call that we're doing now? Are we sharing? Are we doing outreach to our people? Are we telling them the importance of like, how is it important for us to keep our, what course?
Yeah, so
we're delineating,
right.
Okay, then
right. So you come in. Okay, so I explained it. Now I explained the three phases. You came on late. So is delineation, is disaggregation, then it's explicit delineation, disaggregation, explicit representation. That's how you finalize everything.
the breakdown.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
You're breaking up.
Still breaking up?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. But then it's TikTok. Then it's TikTok then, because I got all my bars. I'm looking at the bars on the iPad. They're like sky high. Yeah, so I can't do anything about that.
Okay.
So I give it one more chance. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Delineation. That's going to take a while. That's not something you just say or do and it's tomorrow. It takes a while. Then it's disaggregation. You know, the forms that says black that don't say FBA or specify us. And then you have explicit representation. So therefore, no longer people represent black, flat blackness. Now they're representing foundational Black Americans and what we need and our demands and desires. Is no longer representing the Black people, the Black race. So that's explicit representation. That means politicians are directly speaking to other people and they're directly speaking to us, not this flat Black people, not the finesse. All right. So now, any other question you got? Let me just finish where I was at. And then when I'm done, we can pursue that.
I like the topic. I came in when I was thinking about this, and then you're talking about it.
Okay, yes. All right, so let me finish up, 'cause I got people really like into it. So let me pick up where I left off, and then we can get into that.
Yeah.
Because some of your answers are in this right here.
Yeah, that's what I said. You were already talking about it.
Yeah.
Okay, continue. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. That is Lena. Okay, so Walter Plecker is the blame for this flat blackness, a racial ambiguity, period. So as I said before on my different lives, right? Walter Plecker was a Virginia registrar and complete white tea supremacist in the early 20th century, 1912 to be exact. Okay. So he aggressively, look what he did. Look at how he plays into this. One second. Okay, so Walter Plecker aggressively enforced the one drop rule. So the one drop rule we hear, we don't know who's responsible for it. It was Walter Plecker. He was responsible for the one drop rule. Okay. And not just that, the racial classification laws under Virginia's Racial Integrity Act of 1924. That was also him. Okay. So one of the major harms associated with his system was that so we're going back to 1924, before the racial box dilemma we're faced with now with Black, before the racial Black box, that dilemma, the indigenous people were being attacked first. Okay. So like they were the proof of concept, and then he brought that play on us. So many indigenous people in Virginia were reclassified as colored or Negro. What does that mean? That means that there were a colored box similar to Black racial box. There was a Negro box similar to the Black racial box today. Indigenous people were dumped out of their control, despite how they felt. They were dumped into the colored box and the Negro box, just like Black Americans. We chose Black as our ethnicity, but out of disrespect, they dumped us into a Black racial box with other people, with people from Africa and the Caribbean. That was disrespectful to do that. Like it's disrespectful to dump the indigenous people into the Negro box. So what happened after being dumped into the Negro box? So the indigenous people lost tribal continuity. They lost legal recognition, right? Record destruction and land and identity disputes came shortly afterwards. So that phenomenon is called paper genocide. When you dump people into a box that they didn't agree to and don't welcome it, and they actually lose out, they don't gain, is called paper genocide. So, with that, Walter Plecker believed that there's only two boxes that should exist, or maybe three: white, colored, Negro. And that was for his own selfish reasons, right? So many indigenous groups lost official documentation of their distinct identity because the state collapsed them into a broader racial category, Negro. So when they want to deny you of rights, land rights in their case, when they want to exclude you from things, they will oftenly dump you in a racial generic box. They dump the indigenous people into a racial generic box, Negro. That's anybody from across the world. Black Americans, they're dumping us into a racial generic box, Black. Okay? So I brought that up to remind you, as an example, that modern discussions about why precise ethnic or tribal delineation matters. This is why they dump you to a box to erase you, to deny you, to exclude you from things that's owed to you, like reparations or land rights, indigenous people. Okay? So think about it like this. When governments use overly broad racial categories, Tethers, are you listening? When governments use overly broad racial categories, smaller or historical smaller or historically specific populations can lose recognition, legal continuity, and political visibility. There's no politician to represent Black Americans. They're there to represent Black people who are racially Black from Africa, Caribbean, all over the place. It's a finesse. And I'm blowing a whistle. Okay? To respond to Facebook, I got a couple of people on Facebook who want to join. Okay, cool. I know this is an uncomfortable subject. People thought they were Black, like us, but you see they're Black racially because the white man says so. That's a different type of Black. That hits different. There's no soul in that Black. If you're Black racially only, that's because the white man said you were Black, and there's no soul in that Black. The only soul in Blackness is when you identified it yourself as that from the beginning as your main ethnic group label. Okay? If you call yourself Haitian, Nigerian, Jamaican, you're not Black with soul. You're Black with what you're Black with? What the white man got them? Soulless. You're soulless Black. If you're Black because the white man said you're Black, then you're soulless Black. You're soulless Blacks. There we go. I got the terminology. Yes, I got it. So we're the soul Blacks and you're the soulless Blacks. That's the difference between us and everybody around the world that's claiming Black. Oh, you're Black? Okay, you must be the soulless Blacks. Because I'm part of the soul Blacks. What's the difference? We called ourselves Black, you didn't. The white man called you Black and you agreed. Anyway, back to the question. Should foundational Black Americans, should Black Americans, should ethnic Black Americans, should ADOS, should freedmen, should we all be recognized as a distinct ethnic population within the broader Black, air quotes, racial category? All right. Now, what we say is every other major group in America has some form of ethnic specificity. So what's the issue with Black Americans? What's the issue with us having that same form of specific ethnicity, which starts with defining ourselves? What's the problem? So when these so-called brothers of Africa or the Caribbean, Haiti, have a problem with us creating a specific ethnicity for ourselves like everybody else, when they have that problem, that lets you know there is no alliance with them. That lets you know who they're lined up with. They are lined up with the beast. They aligned with the whitey man, right? They expose their badge. Once they have an issue with us delineating, self-identifying, you know they expose their badge, figuratively, symbolically. They expose their badge. They're one of them. They're down with them. They ain't down with the king, Run DMC. They ain't down with the king. Okay. Idiot mouse. Okay. So the issue is, right, when you don't have a specific ethnicity, that could fragment political coalitions, increase division, or complicate broader anti-lineage, anti-racism frameworks. But again, historically and sociologically, the push for delineation follows a pattern seen throughout human societies. They're trying to gaslight us. They're trying to gaslight us like delineation is new. We made it up. Again, the push for delineation follows a pattern seen throughout human societies, groups seeking clearer recognition of their own historical continuity, ancestry, and collective experiences never get attacked. Those groups never get attacked when they push for delineation. The only group to get attacked for pushing for, the only ethnic group to get attacked for pushing for delineation are foundational Black Americans, and that's just confirmation that we are those ones. Okay, we are collectively him. We're collectively her. This fake outrage, this fake public outrage is just confirmation that we are the ones. Okay? That reverse psychology isn't working. Okay, so before I go further, because I'm done with that segment, Lena. Anybody want to join? Before I continue on, any comments, questions, or before I continue on? And don't forget to like the button, like the video, like the whatever.
Get on your Cash App, $. We're going to start getting some work done, family. So please get them donations in. Get them in.
Don't forget to like the video and get those donations in. $ unbiased Ron. All right, so now I'm going to continue. So why are we even delineating? What is the perks of delineation? What is the perks of delineation? All right, so let's start with this. So U.S. history represents a systemic blueprint of how wealth was extracted from Black Americans that can tie their lineage to U.S. chattel slavery and redistributed to build the white middle class. So wealth was taken from us and given to the low down, lazy whitey man to build their middle class, is what I want to say. So I'm going to give you a timeline of the sabotage and exclusion. Okay? So don't forget, the whitey man who tells us to get a job and work, blah, 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 they are historically the laziest people in human history. These white Americans. They've never got it from the mud. They got handouts through all of their existence in America. Starting with plantation slavery period, right? And then from there, the 1862 Homestead Act. 270 million acres of land that we cleared the land. That's our land. At least half of it, we did the work. And we didn't benefit from it at all. The trash cans of Europe came over here at that time, seizing that opportunity. Okay? To take advantage of that land. We didn't benefit at all from clearing the land. Let that sink in. So, what about the Freedmen banks that we hear about? What about the Freedmen banks? So, listen, family, the Freedmen Bank was a freedmen saving and trust company. Okay? Savings and trust company. Savings. Did I say investment? Savings and trust company. It was created to help the our informally enslaved ancestors to build a financial foundation. This comes at the control of Abraham Lincoln administration. The Freedmen's Bureau, Freedmen Colleges, Freedmen Schools, Freedmen Bank. Okay? So, despite having we just came from slavery, by the way, all right? Yeah, remember? We were just emancipated. So, despite having no prior experience with banking, we, our ancestors, Black Americans, show incredible industry, amassing roughly about $70 million today, in just 7 to 10 years from slavery. 70,000 people, 70,000 accounts to that bank, they had $70 million in today's time, currency, considering inflation. So pretty much, what did I tell you? That tell you that almost everybody had $1 million in their account. What's 70 times 1? Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Right up from slavery. You know, Booker T. Watson book that I own, Up from Slavery. 70,000 accounts. That means bank accounts. That means 70,000 Black Americans had a savings account in the Freedmen Bank. They all, on average, had $1 million in today's currency at that time. So they were rich. If you got $1 million in today's time, you're rich. If you just hold on to that money, it don't go nowhere, you're rich. You're a millionaire. Y'all get that? Tethers? Don't ever compare us to you. Straight out from slavery, 70,000 people were a millionaire of their time. Where did the wealth go? The bank was initially intended to invest only in government bonds, low risk. However, the white trustees that were assigned at the bank changed the charter to allow speculative loans. Here's the sabotage, Tethers. These white managers used the savings of Black laborers to provide unsecured loans to their own friends and failing businesses like the Northern Pacific Railroad. So when the Panic of 1873 hit, the bank was hollowed out. By 1874, it failed. Most depositors received nothing or pennies on the dollar, destroying the first major attempt at Black intergenerational wealth and creating a long-lasting distrust of the U.S. banking system. You see why some Black Americans don't want to bank at all? This damn near 200 years ago, and some of us still don't want bank accounts. So the trauma is clearly generational, right? It's passed down. That's how that worked. People were millionaires, lost it all from white trustees sabotaging the money, being reckless on purpose with the money, sabotaging Black Americans. Don't ever compare you to us. This is a rich history. Okay. So to further ensure that Black economic didn't lead to geographic mobility, two legal tools were perfected. I spoke about this briefly yesterday. So two legal tools were perfected to ensure Black economic success didn't lead to geographic mobility. So when you tethers look at us today in 2026 and say, yo, what do you got? What do you got? Like, you are just being a tether. That's all you being. The two legal tools at that time were zoning laws and restrictive covenants. I spoke about this yesterday. You feel me? Restrictive covenants. These were deeds or contracts attached to houses that legally prohibited the owner from ever selling or renting to a Black American tether. You listening? If a white person tried to sell to a Black American, the neighbors could sue to block the sale. So if one white person had a heart and said, nah, man, these Black Americans need a home, man. Don't overcrowd them in the slums. Nah, man, they got the money. Let them go ahead and, exercise their right to, live where they want to live in better conditions. Your neighbor who's a Karen would sue to block the sale. Now, those Karens were with ICE at that point. They were pro-ICE when ICE was attacking Black Americans. But those Karens today are against ICE when ICE is legally rounding up illegals. Karens ain't never been friends to Black Americans, but Karens today are best friends with those illegals. Okay? Cities began using industrial zoning. Cities began using industrial zoning to allow factories, dumps, and liquor stores to be built only in Black neighborhoods, while residential zoning protected white neighborhoods from noise and pollution. This ensured Black areas remained overcrowded and undervalued. Where were the dumps? Where were the factories? Where were the liquor stores? In Black American societies. Left us overcrowded and undervalued. Listen, man, if a white supremacist could do nothing with me in debating and information, what could a tether do? Like, come on, man. Your zaddy can't even last. The HOLC. The HOLC invented the red line. What is the HOLC that I speak? My name is Unbiased Ron, by the way. I'm your host. My channel is FBA News and Updates on TikTok. I'm Unbiased Ron, FBA News and Updates over there as well. I've been speaking about the HOLC for about 2 years. The HOLC, or the 1933 HOLC. So what is that? Well, in 1933, This is right after the Great Depression, a couple years afterwards, when white people were doing bad, down bad, broke, nothing from the mud, waiting on a handout. In 1933, the HOLC was a handout to white people after the Great Depression. The HOLC stands for Home Owners Loan Corporation. So it was a loan for potential homeowners. It was created to stop the massive wave of foreclosures during the Great Depression. It was a bailout. It was a handout where these broke white people were being foreclosed on. Okay? This is why you got to watch your mouth and wash it out. Better know who you're talking to. Okay? So, again, this is right after the Great Depression. Their homes were foreclosed on. They were foreclosing, and the government gave them welfare. It bailed them out. It was nothing owed to them. It was nothing due to them. It was nothing promised to them. They didn't work for it. Unearned income. You dig? So the purpose was to refinance home mortgages and keep people in their homes, while Black Americans just had to get it from the mud and just go with it. You know, just endure. So they decided who was safe to lend to. So this HOLC wasn't for all Americans. Okay? No. Even though law said so. Okay? Even though it was supposed to be. Even though it was supposed to be, according to 1868, the 14th Amendment, Equal Protection Clause Act. No. The average white American don't want to learn this right here. That's why I can never have a white friend, like a true friend. I could play basketball with you and go bowling with you, shoot pool with you, but you'll never be my friend. Gotta learn this first. You gotta learn this first. You gotta learn your history in America first. You dig? We gotta talk about zoning laws, restrictive covenants, HOLC. Yeah. We gotta talk about all this. You could never be my friend without learning this first, or willing to learn it as whatever. But yeah, man, no way. Because without learning their dirty history, they can never see you as anything other than an NIGGER. Okay, so the HOLC, they didn't want this to go to Black Americans. So the HOLC created maps of every major city. They color-coded neighborhoods. This is 1933, family. They color-coded neighborhoods. The green and blue represented desirable white neighborhoods. Yellow said those neighborhoods are declining. Red, these are hazardous neighborhoods, they said. The red designation was specifically triggered by the presence of even a single foundational Black American family. So family, it didn't have to have a bunch of foundational beautiful Black Americans. Just one in a city was flagged. One family is all it took for the entire zone to be flagged as hazardous, not worthy of loans, excluded from loans. Okay? That was the origin of redlining. Think about that. So while these lazy scums were bailed out, our neighborhoods were starved of credit. We were not allowed any of the loans. That is called the 1933 HOLC, Home Owners Loan Corporation. It was designed to stop the massive wave of foreclosures during the Great Depression. They wanted to help white people refinance home mortgages to keep them in their homes because they failed. They were supposed to lose their homes and be on the streets in a soup kitchen. A year later, here's another bailout. The FHA, 1934, and the suburban boom. Check this out. The FHA at that time stood for the Federal Housing Administration. Okay, that revolutionized home ownership. So they not only did they get the home loans, well, the 1 year later, the FHA revolutionized home ownership, but for white people only. How did the FHA of 1934 exclude Black Americans and help white people? Well, let me explain. Another bailout, another handout, another welfare recipient, white people. Nobody received more government assistance than white people in this country. The FHA, the Federal Housing Administration, insured private mortgages, allowing white people to buy homes with only 10% down, later 3%, and 30-year payment plans. So you know that today is following that today. The FHA manual explicitly stated that it would not insure mortgages in unharmonious neighborhoods, meaning Black Americans, or integrated areas. So they were encouraging segregation. So any white person with a good heart felt like, ain't nothing wrong, man. Black people cool, ain't nothing wrong with them. Y'all tripping. Well, you ain't getting HOLC and you ain't getting FHA because this blocks Black neighborhoods and integrated areas. It required developers like William Levitt, Levittown, to include restrictive covenants as a condition for getting government backing. So white people had to sign contracts that they will not sell their homes to Black Americans. As a result, white people moved to the suburbs for cheap. You heard me? They weren't wealthy, and we're trying to get out of the our neighborhoods because we got money. We're trying to live in the suburbs because we got money. These guys moved in the suburbs broke. Why they gotta learn their history? These guys moved to the suburbs broke. We were trying to move there with some money. Okay? So obviously for white people, that those two bailouts end up subsequently building massive equity as the houses tripled in value. They were broke people giving handouts. Now their homes tripled in value. On the other end, Black Americans were trapped in the city, paying higher rent for decaying property we could never own. There was no bailout. There was no 10%, 3%. We were paying higher rent for decaying property that we could never own. They made us renters like they do today, family. So you'll hear African and Caribbean tethers. They're some of their major questions they ask us. Hey, do you own a home? To show they own the home, to show that they are closer to whiteness. Hey, white people accepted me. I was able to buy a home. Do you have a home? So they're ignoring all of this hatred, this hatred. My bad. TikTok, you already flagged me. So they gaslight us by by looking at what our government excluded us from, and they'll gaslight us and ask us, hey, do you own a home? Knowing this demonic history of denying us home ownership. Because home ownership is the general wealth tool. Generational wealth starts with home ownership. Then they'll get mad when we ask them some things in their homeland that white people destroyed and they can never get right. So they're playing in our face, right? We were systemically denied home ownership, so we cannot build generational wealth. So now, the GI Bill of 1944, we all hear about that, right? Well, that's technically titled the Servicemen's Readjustment Act. That's the proper name, right? It offered low interest mortgages and college tuition to World War II veterans. So you see, everything in America going all the way down 1944 was all about home ownership, getting these broke, dusty trailer park white people in homes to own that they couldn't afford themselves without help, without government assistance. They could not afford these homes. Okay? In my young Pharaoh's voice, why is this important, family? Why is this important, family? Well, after the Great Depression, for the first time, a lot of white people and Black Americans on the same level playing ground. So that's a race to success. They say, oh, no, 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 no. We won't be a white supremacist country if you guys are doing better than us. So we got to suppress you while we give handouts and bailouts to the average white American. So that's why, family, when you see them, a lot of this wealth has matriculated from that point. So don't let them gaslight you. So, yo, we know all of y'all are poor white trash who were given bailouts over bailouts over bailouts over bailouts for you to live comfortably today. But you guys are failures. One second. I got to respond to this Facebook post. Okay. All right, let's move forward. Move forward. Anybody else? Okay, so there's a bunch of idiots on Facebook still, I see. Trying to invite them more. Trying. All right, so the GI Bill of 1944. A lot of you guys heard about this. So again, bailing out white people. So while the bill was federal, this was a federal bill. Here's the trick. it was administered at the local state level. Now, they knowing we're in Jim Crow, they, the government, they know we're in Jim Crow, but this is the way they try to wash their hands, family. This is the way the U.S. government try to wash their hands. Well, we had it for everybody, and we gave it to the state. So the state ain't give it to you. It ain't our fault. It's the state fault. My guy, you knew that these were deep Southern Jim Crow states that practiced Jim Crow. You knew doggone well that they were not going to distribute any of that stuff to Black Americans. As you know, as you can imagine, Southern congressmen ensured that the bill did not include listen, the bottom line is Black veterans were denied admission to universities and turned away by banks for home loans. So we didn't benefit. All right. Look at this. In Mississippi, in 1947, of the 3,200 home loans, family, of the 32 home loans, of the 3,200 home loans guaranteed by the GI Bill for veterans, only 2 went to Black veterans. 2 out of 3,200. What is that percentage? Okay. So the wealthy white T suburb of today, let's look how it impacts today. The wealthy white T suburb of today is not a result of a free market meritocracy. Pull your bootstraps up, get it from the mud. We work hard. It is a government subsidized creation. The HOLC protected white T equity during the Depression. The FHA gave them low-cost entry into the suburbs. The GI Bill provided the education and the capital to start businesses, and restrictive covenants, zoning laws acted as a wall to ensure the value of those homes never dropped due to integration. So this created a wealth gap where the average white T family today has roughly 8 to 10 times the wealth of the average Black American family, a gap built on the foundation of the stolen Freedmen Bank savings, right? Remember that? And decades of government-sponsored exclusion. How do you get around that? Thank you. $20 super sticker, FBA chosen by God. Appreciate you very much. How do you get around that? So Shan B, let me just read the chat from now on because I'm done what I had to say. Read the chat. So Shan B, Uncle J.E. said they always been mid. Shan B said there's a book and documentary called The Color of Law that exposed. Yep. The Color of Law. I'm familiar with that. I have I don't own it, but I have access to it. My sister-in-law owns that book. Shan B, Uncle J.E. We got FBA chosen by God. We got songwriter Sonny. We have Yes Mayhem. We have Chaco S Secret. Yeah, Secret. So remember to like the video because I'm being shadow banned, as you can see. They're shadow banning me. I'm sure Tether's flagging my channel, whatever. And I was even thinking about uploading videos on my other channel, FBA Defensive Unit, just to like get them off this channel. Redirect them. Let's see. Polo Styles in the building. Black Unapologetic Vibe in the building. Yeah, Israel in the building. Kevin Robinson, Steve Wilcox. Make sure y'all subscribe, like the video. Sour Patch Ron in the building. Okay, so he says, yes, Bucci Bear off No Jumper. Yo, Bucci Bear is a clown. Yeah, I invited him so many times over here. I even said I'd come to his channel. Yeah, he wants no SMOKE. That dude don't want no smoke. Like, so he has no spirit in him. Like, it's gone. Whatever spirit he had on No Jumper is gone. He's humbled. Oh, that's out. Fountain of Flyness in the building. Real Blackmatic in the building. Yeah. So that's why no white T person could ever thumb their nose up at me. It's like, dude, I know your history. Y'all are the most begging, failing people ever. And it all started when they tried to set up colonies in America. Split, flop, failed, and then they've been failures from ever since. Okay? Government assistance was designed for them. We're being, some of us are, it's extended to a few of us today, but it was designed for them. You make sure they know that. Like, hey, when these government assistance programs were being designed and invented, did they have Black Americans in mind, or was it white T people in mind originally? Yeah, okay then. This is your stuff that's extended its arm to us, but this was for your failing self. You are the failures. All right, family. I was gonna get off at 1:00. It's 1:22. I'm start. I got some things to do. So, like the video if you like what's going on. Thank you for the super chats. Also, you can Cash App donations if you like the information. You want to keep it coming. $ unbiased Ron. Okay, because the day is getting more busier. Expenses getting expensive. So I'm gonna start cutting back. Like, you see, the lives now are shortened. Like, I was at 6-8 hour lives. Now I'm doing what? 2-3 hour lives. It might be shorter than that because things is getting real and the support got to match it. Family, peace, be one.